What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Tiege Hanley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Tiege Hanley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people when I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self-care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Tiege Hanley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's going on, friends and family? I appreciate you guys for continuing to hold me down. Man, what an incredible run that we've had this year, including over the last week and a half, over the past weekend itself. What's going on to all of my friends? What's happening? I see you, London. Shatoya, Brandon Burke, K. Cooper said we back. AD work was a little boring yesterday with the Millionaire Morning Show. Well, then that means that I gave y'all an opportunity to miss me and to miss each other. Maybe y'all see, that's the thing. God works in mysterious ways. God works in mysterious. I miss you too, Carmen. I miss you too, Sierra. I miss you too, Naomi. I miss everybody. Yes, I do. I did miss y'all yesterday. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I wound up catching an overnight flight last night or the night before last from Vegas here to Detroit. So I didn't land until like 7 a.m. in the morning. So I landed last night, but I didn't sleep for the last 2 days. So um I don't remember the last time that I was that tired. I dropped Rita off at the house and then I kissed my daughter and I came straight down to the studio. Come straight down to the studio. I'm working. I'm like, you know what? I can go at least 3 days. I can do three. I've done it before. I could do at least 3 days. And then after that 3 days, I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna wake up. We're gonna take care of business. We got a lot of business to take care of today. And I'm gonna be good. And my body was like, nope, nope. Body was like, nah, dog. We not doing this today. So I got into the studio and you know how you can just continue to work, and as long as you stay busy that nothing happens, like you good. As soon as I sat down, I could feel myself dozing. I could feel myself dozing off. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was talking to my people and I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the show today. They said, well, you gotta push through. You gotta push through. That's what you do. I said, I can't keep my eyes open while I'm talking to you right now. I don't remember the last time I was that tired. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna just lay down for a couple hours. I ain't gonna be able to do the show. I'm gonna lay down for a couple hours and I'm gonna see how I feel. I laid down for 3 hours. I woke up feeling more tired than I was before I went to sleep. I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Well, listen, this is what we gonna do. We stay a day ahead on almost everything. So everything is all set. I'm gonna make sure that I just get the right rest." So I went to sleep for another couple hours. I woke up. I was like, you know what? I feel good. And I was focused on the show last night, and I was focused on the Patreon live stream. So those was my two objectives. My two priorities yesterday was the Patreon live stream, which was incredible, by the way. That has been uploaded this morning for you guys to rewatch. And so what we determined during the Patreon live stream, because it was so much information with stocks, is that we was going to do a part two. So that was part one of two. And then we're going to do another Patreon live stream within the next couple days, probably Friday. I would expect to probably do it Friday. So Friday, we're going to do another Patreon live stream Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And it was incredible. So all of you bag chasers, everybody that was at the Patreon live stream last night, it's up for y'all to rewatch if y'all want to rewatch it. And then we got another Patreon live stream coming up on Friday. So we're going to target Friday, all right? So we popping off that. Also, on top of that, we're going to do a makeup stream on Saturday. So Saturday morning, I'm not expecting a lot of people to be there, but Saturday morning, we're going to do a makeup stream for what we missed yesterday, and then we're going to keep it moving on that. All right. And then last but not least, I'm sitting here. I know I got a lot of business. I got an auction to go to today, taking care of all of this business. And Fox News called me, and they said, "Hey, can you come on tonight on the Ingram Angle?" And I said, "Okay, what are we talking about?" So apparently we talking about possibly Sydney Sweeney, delete social media after anti-white posts. And Joy Reid claims mediocre white men like Trump. So, I don't know. Unless they have to pivot to some emergency thing. Usually they'll have an emergency thing, or Trump do an emergency meeting. Plans are, as of right now, I should be on the Ingram Angle on Fox tonight, so we'll see what happens with that. But just a little bit of housekeeping. Let me just give a shout out to all of the ladies. Specifically, the ladies that hold me down and the ladies that understand that we not always gonna be around you. We ain't always gonna have capacity for you. Shout out to the ladies that come last. Let me say that. Shout out to the ladies that come last. And I'm not saying that you're last. I'm saying that you're gonna be the final thing that we see at the end of the night or at the end of the day or whatever, because we so busy and we so busy building. I think that ladies are okay with coming last if they know that it's going to be a rainbow or it's going to be some pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right? Because I'm not going to lie, like I and other highly productive men like myself that are my friends, that are in my friend group. Let me see something. Hold on. That are my friends and that are in my friend group. We spend all day and all night building. We spend all night and all day building. So, y'all get the rest of us. You got to repair us. You get the rest of us. That's why we take you out of town. That's why we give you the nice cars, is because y'all hold us down the way that we need to be held down. You know that we building, but we building for y'all. So shout out to the ladies that hold down the guys that's really doing the work, that's building, that's taking care of business, that's on top of things, because you may not see us, You may not see us that night. Or we may be in the studio for 16, 17, 18 hours or for 2 or 3 days straight. We may be out here grinding and hustling and all of that. And I have to tell you that that's the one thing. Um, that's the one thing that I think that single guys, if and only if you are productive. If you just a dude that play video games all day, if you just a dude that go to work, do your 9 to 5, and go home, and then you complaining about hoes, then you got problems. You probably need to level up, because just because hoes is not doing the things that they supposed to do, don't mean that you're not supposed to be on top of your game. So you got to do what you got to do for you. But that's the one thing that I think that single guys a lot of times have over guys that may be married, is that they don't have to take other people into consideration when they doing what they do. You know what I'm saying? I'm always thinking about my daughter. I'm always thinking about the people that's closest to me. And so sometimes you got to make that sacrifice, or you're trying to take other people into consideration, and sometimes it pulls on you when you have to say no. Nope, I can't be home tonight. Nope, I can't be doing this tonight. Nope, I can't go out. I got to go work. Nope, I got to go take care of business. And that is one of the biggest things, I think, that, and this is only for highly productive, high producing, building, even if you don't have a lot of money yet, guys. That is only for those guys, right? We don't measure ourselves or compare ourselves against Dusties in any capacity. We only measure ourselves and we take care of business when it comes to being productive. But I mean, it's, don't worry. I mean, it's nice to come home to. It's nice to be awesome. It's nice to finally, when you go on vacation or whatever like that. But then there's a huge sacrifice that comes with being a man a lot of times that women will never ever understand. I mean, they get it, but they never gonna understand. And I tell women all the time in coaching calls, I say, yo, you keep saying that this is what you want, but I don't really know if this is what you prepared for. You're not prepared. You say that because you're looking at the glitz and the glam and the cars and the vacations and all of that stuff. You're not really ready for this life. This is different. This is way different than you can ever imagine. I'm not sure that you're ready to not see me for 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Or not see the guy that you with for 3 days. Or for him to be gone for a week out of town and then go out of town, come back, see you for 2 days, and go back out of town back to back. Are you prepared for that? Are you prepared for that to be a norm? Are you prepared for him to, to prioritize his work, his building, his job, all of that stuff over you? I mean, when I see you, we're going to go to the game. We're going to sit courtside. We're going to do all of this. We're going to go to the highest restaurant. We're going to go to the nice restaurants, all of that stuff. Are you prepared for that? You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of people are prepared for that. And so shout out to the ladies that are built for that. You know? Shout out to the ladies that hold it down, that get to it, that's on top of things, and it's not, they just get it. They understand this is the life that come along with it, and it ain't nothing that I'm gonna do differently. That's loyal. Not the ones that be on the internet airing a man out on TikTok. Not the ones that, was always like this as soon as they get pissed off or as soon as they get lonely. Not the ones that cheat. Not the ones that you know what I'm saying, want to get a box away. Not them kind. We not talking about you. You don't qualify. Not the ones that cheat because they lonely or they just needed an emotional connection. Not the ones that make up stories within themselves and all of that. I'm talking about the ones that hold it down. The ones that hold it, that's the ones we talk about, the loyal ones. The loyal ones. Not some of y'all don't qualify. Some of y'all don't qualify. You keep on having conversations with people you ain't supposed to have conversations with. You keep on interacting and connecting with people that you ain't supposed to be interacting and connected with. You hanging out with your little ratchet friends and you letting them influence you into putting my thoughts in. No, we ain't talking about them. We talking about the ones that's solid, that really hold it down, that understand exactly what it takes in order to live his life. You're right, K. Cooper. You're right, Travis Allen. Successful men work 60. We don't know. I don't know what 40 hours look like. I don't know I have never worked 40 hours in a week. I have never worked personally. I don't know men that work 40 hours in a week personally. I don't. Not my brothers, not my father didn't work no 40 hours. I don't know no man that work. We don't know that. That's for losers. Y'all don't like that. Yeah, I know that's gonna bother you. Losers look at the time and say, "Oh, I can't wait to get off of work." Winners look at the time that they at work and they doing multiple different jobs. They building a business while they on a job. That's what winners do. They working on their business at lunchtime. They gonna get a full 8 hours of work out of themselves while they at the job on they self. They sleep. They go to sleep thinking about their business. They go to sleep. Listen. This is my criteria for what makes a man great. Is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. Only losers apply the standards of the world to their life. I don't live by the world's creed. I live by my own creed. Only losers is focused on 40 hours a week. Winners build their stuff, work on their stuff. They continuing to add value into their life and they leveling up and they're going to get the most out of this lifetime. You can feel some type of way about it. You can say, "Oh, everybody don't want to be rich." I say you lie. You're a liar. You're a liar. You lie to yourself in order to live this mediocre lifestyle every day. You a liar. You hate the life that you live. Don't nobody want to be constrained and owing people and having to make sure that they part it out, get a payment plan. That's cool for now. But if you're not working to get yourself out, oh no man, nothing. Oh no man, nothing. Can't nobody come up. You have never in your life, not one time, in all of this time that I've been a public figure, I'm one of the rare people that you know that use my real name, Anton Daniels, on my platform. There is nothing and nobody that has ever come up and said, "Anton owes me money. I did a service for him, he owes me money. I did this, he owes me money. We went in on a business deal together, he did me dirty." You have never heard that. You will never hear it at all. Oh, no man, nothing. No man. Nobody. I remember I went into a deal with somebody, and the deal didn't go the way that it was supposed to go. I still paid them. Yo, regardless of what the results is, you did your part. Oh, we both took the risk together. I know, but I don't want you to come back and ever say that Anton wasn't about his business. It was my idea. I take 100% responsibility for it. Here's yours. Matter of fact, I'm going to buy you out. Here's everything that you gave me initially. Here's yours. I'm going to take 100% responsibility and control of this thing. Win, lose, or draw is mine. Win, lose, or draw is mine. Oh, no man, nothing. Oh, no man, nothing. Shout out to Peter. Peter, I'm going to just tell you, we don't even take serious people that don't have profile pictures of themselves up because we know that you just here because you just soaking up the information, but you're not really willing to participate in the conversation. You just want to get your stuff off. We good with that. We good with that. So all I'm saying is shout out to the ladies. Sometimes y'all might see me crash a little bit because I might be a little tired, but we'll make up for it. We'll make up for it. Shout out to everybody that hold me down. Hey, do you owe us a Saturday show teaching and dropping? Oh, we doing it. Saturday show coming up. I got you. This Saturday. This Saturday. All right, let me go ahead and acknowledge the people so we can go ahead and get started with the show. I see some super chats. Mike that dude. Thank you, Mike that dude, for holding me down. I appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you again. Shout out to all of the bag chasers that joined the Patreon live stream last night. We got 2 live streams coming up. We got the part 2 of Stock Club coming up probably Friday. And then we got Block Club coming up next week so I can show y'all what happened today. All right. I also want to acknowledge Todd Traveler. What up, Todd Traveler? Says, man, I told you last week to get more rest. Do not sleep deprived. I'm not purposely doing it. Listen, the most coveted thing that I have going on in my life is sleep. I want more sleep than ever before. Sometimes you got to make the sacrifice so that you can sleep whenever you want to. Mr. Trey Johnson says, hey, AD, what Umar was throwing shots at you in that new vid. I want you on what new vid? Throwing shots at who? When? You got to be kidding. You got to be lying on that one. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. No way in the world do you ever, in no way, under no circumstance would Umar Johnson, and what new video? Where? Send it to me. Where? No way in the world that he would ever fix his mouth to say anything to me. I don't believe it. Mr. Trey Johnson, I don't believe it. I think that you're just trying to rage me. You trying to get me riled up so that you can get the best show out of me. I don't believe it. Send it to me. Show it to me. Wait. Don't just send it to me because I'm not going to scrub through the whole thing. Send it to me and then tell me what the timestamp is. Send it to me and then tell me what the timestamp is. I don't believe you. You'll never, ever convince me that he ever even whispered who I am. I don't believe it. We not the same. Old Dog says, 80, did you see Trump flexing on Putin when he had to? Yeah, I seen the B-2 bombers. I did. I seen that. What's up, Molly? What up, baby girl? That's my Molly. She was looking gorgeous last night, and she was kicking that knowledge. I told y'all was going to come around and start seeing it her way. Yeah, I told y'all was going to start seeing it her way. All you got to do is keep being consistent. Eventually, they'll come around. Eric D. What up, Eric D. with the super sticker? I appreciate you, my friend. Eric D. in the building. Todd Traveler says, man, I missed my motivation yesterday morning. How can I join the Bag Chasers? Link to the Patreon is in the description of the video. It's pinned to the top. It's pinned to the top of the chat also, all right? Tap into the Patreon. Oop Milk in the building says, off topic, thank you, AD, for putting me on LaRussell. He been getting me through my week. LaRussell owe me some money, man. I'm about to say it. Now he owe me some money for putting people on them. Nah, he dope. He's super dope. Drake Leo says, most in debt, most unpaid bills, but I just paid off my Honda CRV. Shout out to the Chasers. I'm ready to invest. All right, now you ready. Let's get it. Mr. Lott. What up, Mr. Lott? Said he just want to say what up, though, to the Chasers real quick. Mr. Lott balling. My Detroit brethren in the building. Send it to me. Shout out to the people paying off their stuff. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Corey Holcomb mentioned me again last night. I'm coming through LA. I'm going to be through there as soon as my schedule clear. I want me to give Umar a loan for the school. The only deal that I could do with Umar is that I'll buy the school, but I'll lease it back to you. And you're going to have to sign a 5-year lease. All right? You would have to sign a 5-year lease. Cause see, I don't do petty. I'm a businessman at the end of the day. Did you hear about Umar charging $500 for a date with him? I did see that. I thought it was hilarious. It wasn't anything worth me reviewing though. Like some things I just be like, that's nice. That's cute. Send it to me and send me the timestamps. I don't believe that he actually said anything about me. Anyways, y'all ready to continue and get on with the show? We got enough people in here. I think we about around 2,000 people, something like that now. We about ready to get it popping. KJ says, also, I'll be joining the Bag Chasers today. Can't wait to gain all of the knowledge. Thanks for what you do. Watch the previous live stream and the streams that we did before that so that we can get you up to speed, all right? I don't do petty. I'm not into buying stuff for sentimental reasons. It's only, for me, it's got to be a business thing, all right? Motion Man back in the building. Facts. Motion Man is here. All right, y'all. We got a lot of things that we need to cover today. Before I cover that, let me make sure I tune in, tap in, because I know the auction is going on right now. I need to see where the numbers are. I started to tell Fox News no today, honestly, because I don't know if it's going to run up against what I got going on as far as from a business perspective, and the business always come first. So let's see something. I'm going to share with y'all what I'm looking at on the Patreon and Block Club. That way everybody understand what's happening out here in these streets. Let's see. Save parcels. Current high. All right, I see you. They bidding, huh? Look like it's gonna be a bidding war out here in these streets. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. They going for it. They bid on that one. That's the current high bid on that one. You know, a lot of times when you look at these auctions and you look at these bids and stuff like that, a lot of times when you look at this stuff, it's people that's trying to save their land, and so it's people that own it, that's losing it, that's trying to bid on it to get it back. So you also got to take that into consideration. But business is business, all right? Y'all ready to get started with the show? Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We will be traversing through multiple different subjects, some of them local, some of them not so much, but we want to keep y'all in the loop of what's going on in these streets. And so we got to make sure that y'all understand. I will be reading that super chat in a second. I will be reading the super chats in a second as soon as we come from it. But we got to go ahead and cover the subjects that's important that's out here in these streets. So the first thing that I want to cover is something that your car sent to me that I wasn't aware of. But I definitely got to bring it to the front of the congregation because this is a big deal. I think that it's a big deal. And they are saying that whoever this person is, right? Whoever this person is was seen dragging a heavy object before a woman's body was discovered, and they are trying to find him because they think that he killed his wife. All right, let's go into it. Make sure you hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
And authorities are trying to locate a Lancaster man who they are calling a person of interest in the death of his wife, 33-year-old Shyla Cabrera.
This comes as disturbing new video shows him dragging a large object away from their home just one day before her body was found dumped in the Angeles National Forest. Lindsay Pena live in Lancaster with the latest. Lindsay.
Yeah, Micah, this is that apartment complex that the victim lived in with her husband and 3 young sons. Shortly after she was reported missing, a neighbor came forward with video from his doorbell camera that showed the husband dragging a large object through that complex, wrapped in some sort of bag or tarp. Now, we do want to warn you that this video is graphic and some may find it disturbing. Investigators say this is 36-year-old Josimar Cabrera, captured in the early morning hours at an apartment complex in the 500 block of Lancaster Boulevard. His wife, 33-year-old Shayla Cabrera, was last seen, according to friends and family, on August 9th and later reported missing to the sheriff's department on August 12th. Surveillance video shows deputies at the couple's apartment complex, but investigators say when they tried to speak with him, they found out he fled the country, taking his 3 young sons with him to Peru, where the family is originally from. On August 16th, investigators got a tip about something discovered in the Angeles National Forest that turned out to be the body of Shayla Cabrera. Her cause of death hasn't been released yet. That same day, her husband and the 3 boys were located in Peru and the kids taken into protective custody. Family friends say the victim in this case suffered for years from domestic abuse, and they believe her husband killed her after she finally decided to leave. They say she never reported the abuse to authorities because she was an immigrant.
He had it planned. He already had taken the documents from like the week before. She told one of our friends that he's asking for my stuff. He's asking for my ID, for my social, the kid's birth certificate. Like, why? She told her mom, I don't want to be with him. I want to report him. And that's she was going to do that day. And, maybe that was her mistake to say it, but it's just, it's heartbreaking. It's super heartbreaking.
The sheriff's department says they expect the DA to file charges in this case soon, and that would start the extradition process to bring Cabrera back to the United States to face charges for this crime. We are told that a vigil may be planned for tomorrow in front of Lancaster City Hall. Of course, for now, that is the latest here in Lancaster. Lindsay Pena, KT.
That's sad, bro. It's very, very sad. And this is another reason why you got to start being careful about the type of people that you let inside of this country. We need to vet these people more effectively. I'll tell you that if this is what he was willing to do, because bro, do you know the type of mindset that you have to be in, or the type of person that you have to be in to plan to kill your spouse, whether you a man or a woman? You are a demon at that point. You've already crossed over and you've accepted the fact that I'm going to go to hell and I just don't want to be arrested and held accountable here on this earth, but I'm willing to spend an eternity in hell. That's my only conclusion that you can make of it, because I don't agree with putting your hands on anybody, and I also don't even agree if it's a crime of passion. But if it's a crime of passion, you know that it's probably an argument, somebody blacked out, they probably didn't meant to either kill the person, or if they did kill the person, it was just like an overload. And again, it's not an excuse as to justifying, it was just a crime of passion, they should get a lenient sentence. No, they should have to deal with whatever it is that they deal with. But when you premeditate, when you are making plans, hey, listen, this woman is looking to leave me and she gonna have to die. You a whole nother level of demon. You're a different type of demon. When you say, you know what, I'm not going nowhere, I'm not walking away, but I am going to make sure that I eliminate you, and you've already been dealing with, abuse, and they say that the dude was already abusive and kicking butt, you a different type of demon. Donna Defense says females do it all the time. So what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Listen, this is what I need y'all to do, bro. I need y'all to start also taking responsibility. When we hold women accountable, all right, because I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, and I do not discriminate when it comes to the smoke. When we hold women accountable, we don't say, well, men do it too. No, we just hold them accountable. And if a woman says something and try to switch it over, we say, listen, if that's what you was concerned about, then you would have brought that up before I started holding you accountable. Stop doing that. That's a female trait. It's a female trait when you're holding a guy accountable and you try to justify it by saying, well, women do it all the time. That's what females do. Get out of your feminine energy and stay on point. When we hold somebody accountable, we hold them accountable. Stop trying to divert it and stop trying to make it something else. That's what women do. Well, women do it. No. Listen, that's not what we talking about right now. We talking about homie right here who was super abusive, and he premeditated to kill his wife. And then he dragged her body out to the forest, and he got caught on camera doing it. Well, women do it too. Man, shut up. Shut up. I can't stand facts, Fi Brown. What aboutism? But what about her? Well, what about you? Stop doing that. Stop trying to lean into that. That's dudes with no fathers in their life and no strong male presence do that junk. Stop comparing yourself to a woman. You a man, ain't you? Hopefully. This is bad. It's a diabolical thing. Nobody deserves to have a life taken away from them because they are no longer interested in being in a relationship. I don't care if she cheated. I don't care if he cheated. Unless they sat there and you just pissed at the fact that they brought you a disease and they about to leave or something like that. Nobody, bro, if she leave and she busting it down for a real one, this is one of the reasons. This is the foundation why we tell guys all the time, listen, don't check him, check your chick, and don't flip out about that because you're gonna crash out. I would venture to say she probably already had another guy in waiting. Most women start to get when they decide that they leaving, unless it's just in the spirit of the moment of the argument, a lot of times they already got something waiting in the wings. Somebody to pick up the pieces. If you see a girl, y'all want to have this conversation. If you see a girl and she never fell off, and she not still going back and forth with the guy that she used to be with, meaning that he's still taking care of her. If you see a woman and she's still doing like this, or you meet her and now she doing like this, she going up a little bit, she was already working that. Women that leave men should be horribly suffering and broke. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. Women that leave their relationships and they not still in the, being taken care of by the guy that they with, oh, you should be suffering. You should be getting thrown out your house. Repo man should be coming with it. I firmly believe that this is the way that's how you know a woman wasn't cheating. That's how you know she wasn't cheating. If she leave you, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. If you a great man, now I'm not talking about homosexuals. That's a whole nother ball game. If she leave you, but she never fell off, or she's doing better, oh, it's another guy there. It's somebody else that was there. Oh yeah. You see her, she got that new car. She got the newer one. The newer version of what she had when she was with you. She upgraded her life. Oh, wait a minute. You got the pearl coat paint on that joint too? You keep seeing her out. She glowed up. That's that D. That's D and money right there. You don't want to hear that part. You think she left you and that she just leveled up, but she still got the same job. She not doing nothing different. Oh no, she got handpicked. A winner picked her. A winner picked her out. I like you. She was already thinking about leaving you. Now she just solidified it. You know what? Like, I ain't got to take this. I've been trying to get out of this situation for so long. He just finally said the wrong thing. No, he didn't. He was saying the same thing that he was saying prior to you leveling up. He was saying the same. He ain't said it no different. He might have actually said it a little bit more passively this time, but it was a straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. Go ahead and get you up out of there. You decided to take a risk and you won. Sometimes, listen, this is the part that we don't like. Sometimes, every once in a while, they win. Sometimes, every once in a while, they win. And you, as a man, you just got to take your L. I loved her. You keep calling, checking her social media, trying to see if you still can find her location and all of that stuff. She gone, nigga. She ain't got no. You know what? I need closure. The door been closed, bro. Keep contacting her from different numbers, seeing if she gonna pick up, cause she blocked your number, nigga. If she left you and she blocked you and she not still reaching out, cause you listen, I'm different. Oh, I know I was the best that you ever had. I know ain't no dude coming after me. I'm ruining you. I'ma ruin you. And so I know I want you to be dusty. You leave me, I want you to be in dust mode. Baby, I always loved you. Why don't you come on home? Come on home. But that's what I want you to be like. I want you to be desperate, dusty, wishing for me. Because I know that if that's not what you are and you didn't move back in your mama's house or you're not just suffering and stuff like that, that I know I must not beat him. I'm not as great as I thought I was. I just got beat. It's a better player out there. It's always going to be a better player, a bigger bag, something else. It's always going to be that. My job is to try to make sure that I'm the best that you can get. That's it. That's it. Now, some of y'all ladies, you going to overqualify yourself. You going to think that you can find better, and you not that. You need to stay home. That's why I keep telling y'all, go back with your baby daddy before he get with another woman, because you going to find yourself disappointed. You going to find yourself with a wet butt and in these streets. Keep on telling all of your homegirls, keep on getting online. I know I can get me a better man. Go ahead, try it. Go ahead, try it. See what happens to you. Y'all, listen, we need to have a larger conversation. Maybe I just need to do a separate live stream alone or something like that. But we going to have a larger conversation, because you need to know where you stand in life, where the hierarchy is. Facts. The market is going to decide. Some of you can, some of you can't. Most of you need to stay home. It's not what you think it is. You're going to leave with a wet butt. And they're not going to let you spend the night either. But if she just so happened to be the one that find that one, you gone. And ain't no getting her back. He got her mind, he got her soul, he got her pocket, he got her everything. That's all he is. You don't want to know the stories. You don't want to know the stories of what she done did. You don't want to know how he changed her from the inside out. You don't want to, I promise you, bro, listen, you don't want her to tell you how it hurted. Break your heart, nigga. It'll break your heart. It hurted a little bit, but that's just because I hadn't did nothing in a long time. Oh, nigga, that's it. You done. You're over. That's it, bro. That's it. And she got a new car. Nigga, just throw it away. Keep it going. Go to the next one. Time to get into the gym. We gonna focus on getting our life together. We gonna get our mental connection, start to level up, and don't do it for her. Just do it for yourself, bro, because it's over. Sometimes you just can't compete. Honest to God. It'll make you cry. It'll make you cry on the inside. Make you cry on the inside. I'm telling you, nigga. Don't try to kill her, dog. Don't end up like that dude that we just seen on the video. Don't try to kill her, nigga. Just let her go. Try to forget about it. I'm talking about, listen, y'all keep saying, how do we get here? I'm trying to tell you why this man possibly took this lady out. See, when we break down stories on the Millionaire Morning Show on the Anton Daniels channel, I'm not breaking it down from the lens of how they're describing it to you on the news. I'm describing to you why guys get to the point where, I can't stand it. Now you dragging her body out, nigga, because you should have just let her go. Walk away. Walk away. What you think she decided to leave with 3 kids and 3 boys as an illegal immigrant, that she was going to leave you? Nigga, she was trying to get a green card. Y'all better stop believing these women and just start going with the context clues. 90% of the time you're right. I wonder if she cheating on me. Yep. Yep. You're not insecure, bro. You're bro, you're not insecure. You are very secure and you are very right. I promise you. Oh, dog, I wonder if she... Is it just me? Nope. It's not you. It's not you. Somebody breaking her down to her last molecule, and she likes it, nigga. And they spit in her mouth, and she like it. And she like it. And she like all of it. And she having a good time, nigga. You're not wrong. 90% of the time, you're right. Don't ignore it, nigga. That's somebody else's girl. You just sleeping with her for the moment. All right. Make sure y'all hit a like. Y'all didn't know the show was going to start off like that? We back. I know you missed me. You missed the Millionaire Morning Show yesterday. And you said, oh, man, I can't believe Anton is not live streaming today. I had to recharge my batteries. But we back. We back, y'all. We back. We's back. We back on the Millionaire Morning Show. You know what I'm saying? We back on the Millionaire Morning Show. You missed me? I missed you too, all right? That's both of our girl. We just keep her at your house for now. Jamaica says, Wagwan AD Love Stock Club question. With you owning your own, do you do taxes quarterly? No, I do my stuff. I do bookkeeping weekly. And then I make sure that everything is taken care of monthly. And then I file like everybody else for the year. I'm about to start my LLC and I wanted to know what's best. Nope. Just make sure you keep up on your bookkeeping. Mr. Youngblood City says, I ain't heard, oh no, Freaky Jason in forever. That's why he was dragging her body out. My dog, Elevate to the Unknown. I see you. Says, been a bag chaser for years. Anton is the truth. His work ethic is relentless. I thought I worked hard until I got into watching him and doing it. It's a 16-hour-a-day job. God, that's what it is. And it never, and you know what the funny thing about it is, Elevate to the Unknown? It never stops. It never, ever, 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 ever stops. It's always going to be another time. Hi, Anton. How are you, love? Trying to get to St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Just Brown Girl in America? Solution Trucking Channel says, Lord, thank you for waking us up this morning and blessing us to see a new day. We pray and ask that you give our brother Anton the strength to endure to the end. I'm back. I'm here, baby. I'm here, baby. So thank you, Solution Trucking Channel says, and the power to continue pushing the people in a positive direction. And Lord Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I appreciate y'all for praying for me. Thank you, guys. Thank you to the people that hold me down. Service USA says, for the love of the game, now hit that like button, y'all. Appreciate you. Carrington Love Jr. says, swear my ex is dusty as hell. Thin, cheap sheen dresses on IG embarrassing me. Anybody that your ex is going to be embarrassing you, whether they get a better guy, a new guy, a worse guy. Because think about it like this. If she is doing better, it's like, dang, people going to be like, man, y'all never matched. I knew you can do better than him. But if she get with a worse guy and she loving him a whole lot and stuff like that, it's going to be like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, if you like him, then why was I with you in the first place? Either way, it's going to be embarrassing. Either way. 392Q says, you give a woman a breakup she wanted and don't beg for her back until back will humble her. They so used to men begging her back that it'll hurt her pride. They know they don't qualify for better than me. Mr. Lott says, call me whatever, but I don't even want another relationship unless I can have her like that. Facts. She got to be obsessed with me. Big Homie says, okay, you made it to work today. My night was horrible. I drove 500 miles with no Dr. Umar impression or crash out of nothing. AD, 100 push-ups, sir. We don't miss work. I was hurt, but I understand everyone needs rest. I'm back, though. I'm going to give y'all a bonus show on Saturday. Krista Jackson says, hey, D, I sent you an article from CDL Life a few minutes ago with an update on the CDL U-turner. Yeah, I heard that they released the actual footage of him inside of his truck. Washington State is involved. The New Mexico DOT, Department of Transportation, had the opportunity to put him out of service last month and didn't. Call me Mr. Bibb says, good morning from the East Side. Shout out to my East Side people. Billy Ray Valentine in the building. My Baney back. What up, Billy Ray Valentine? What's up, y'all? I don't know. I love that y'all miss me. I love that y'all love me. And so I love you back. I love you more. I love you more. Also, hey, ladies, y'all better be careful out here, okay? Be very careful out here. A New York influencer was killed and shot in her car. Check it out.
Other news this evening, police have identified the woman found brutally murdered on the Cross County.
Y'all be so cute. Y'all got high cheekbones, nice lips, perfect teeth, eyebrows done up, all of that stuff. And y'all out here getting killed because y'all out in these streets, man. Y'all are out here getting, before we even get, I haven't seen the story. All I did was seen it. It was sent to me. I seen that it's, it's looked like something worthy of us talking about. And so I decided to add it as a part of the show. I tell y'all all the time that y'all got to be very careful. You can't be out in the streets the same way that we are. You can't be in the streets in the same way that we are. It's just, we be trying to protect you from yourself, honestly. You got the Van Cleef necklace on. Perfect nose. Got the dimples in the side of her face. Look like she got her real hair on. Y'all can't do the same thing that we do. Facts.
Parkway, the nightlife influencer was found dead behind the wheel. She'd been shot multiple times on her way home from work. Now police are searching for whoever pulled the trigger, and they're trying to figure out why. Eyewitnesses.
Y'all saying that was 6ix9ine's girlfriend? Y'all sure about that? Somebody verified that this was 6ix9ine's girlfriend.
Reporter Anthony Carlo is live in Inwood with more. Anthony?
Yeah, Sandra, there's quite a memorial outside of Opus Lounge here where Ariela Mejia Polanco worked for several years. A woman just walked up and lit a candle, tells us that she worked alongside her, and she describes Ariela as always being happy. Well, it's the exact opposite now that the nightlife community is feeling. And even though police say this killing was likely targeted, well, those who worked alongside Ariela are now in fear until this killer is caught. There's no small way to say goodbye to someone who was larger than nightlife. Her name spelled out across a floral heart, a big portrait on West 202nd Street, right next to Opus Lounge, one of the spots she worked at. There's only one way people describe Ariela Mejia Polanco.
She's beautiful. She was beautiful. Pretty.
Known as Ariela La Langosta on social media, it's that kind of admiration that attracted more than 500,000 followers. Her notoriety as an influencer naturally brought about shock with her death, especially in her community. Cardi B posting R.I.P. Dominican Pretty.
That's what it really hurts, Dominican, very beautiful. Such a thing like this, very, very sad.
It was Sunday morning at around 8 o'clock. Westchester County Police showed up to a grisly scene on the Cross County Parkway near the Broad Street Mount Vernon exit. Mejia Polanco was found dead behind the wheel of her G-Wagon, shot multiple times. She was headed home from work at Icon, New York in Inwood. The Lounge writing in part, "Our hearts are broken. Your joy, your humility, and the way you treated everyone with so much care always made you stand out." Police are investigating this as a targeted killing, not random. but investigators are trying to figure out who wanted the influencer dead and why. Mejia Polanco's family tells us the 33-year-old was a great daughter and mother who leaves behind 2 children, ages 13 and 14.
I have a child too, and it's very heartbreaking to see these things.
Kind of frightening, though.
Yeah, it's very frightening, it is.
And again, that is what we've been hearing from many of the people we've spoken with. In fact, I have to stress that several of them were too afraid to go on camera because of the manner and the circumstances that in which Ariella was killed. There have been no arrests at this point as police again still search for the killer and also to identify a motive. Opus Lounge, where she worked for several years, releasing a statement saying in part that nightlife here in New York City has lost an angel.
Listen, as pretty as this girl is, all right? As pretty as this girl is, let me tell you something. I keep telling y'all girls, get out the streets. It's not the move. It's not the move. And when I say get out the streets, I'm not just talking about just being in the mix or a person that is there driving the cars, knowing everybody and all of that stuff. You being in the mix makes you dangerous. Y'all can't look. We understand the inherent danger of being out here in the mix. We do. Most guys that I know that's in the mix, and I'm using this figuratively, they planning on getting out. They don't want to be out there in the streets forever. They want to retire from the mix. I agree. They only care because she's pretty. But I will tell you that her being pretty and in the mix makes her a target. Girls that are well put together, you have to be more careful than just the regular chicks. This is not random. This is not, a mistake. This is for whatever it is very intentional. And I guarantee you it has something to do with the type of crowd that she was around or the type of men that she associated with. Y'all can't move the same way. Some of y'all got friends that keep on inviting y'all out. Hey, girl, come on out with me. You might not even be doing nothing. You might not even be innocent. But let me tell you something. If you one of them girls that always got people trying to find out who you are and all of that type of stuff, you become a target. Your people, your man, your people around you, they'll tell you, hey, listen, stay out of that. Hey, don't hang with that girl. Hey, these type of people is bad for you or whatever. Oh, I'm not doing nothing. I can't control what my friends do and all of that stuff. Target. I'm telling you, some of y'all think y'all know every single guy that y'all running into. Oh, he's a nice guy. That nigga's a demon. If he's being nice to you because you a pretty girl, what do you think is going to play? How you think this is going to play out? They keep seeing you in the mix, keep seeing you in the spots. You keep going to the spot where everybody is at. You're going to become a target. You don't want to be that visible. You don't want to. Your value goes down when you that visible, to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to speak about it from a newscaster's perspective. I'm not commenting on it from a social media influencer perspective or people that just get the story and they want to talk about certain things. I'm telling you what it's like out here. I'm every city. I'm still in the same city that I'm in. I don't move the same way that everybody else move in the city. I can't. I'm telling you that there are groups of girls and we know them. We see them. When a new girl comes around, everybody like, that's you? That's you? You know her? They paying attention to who she gonna come up and hug. Usually she's going to come with one of her friends, a friend that other people may be familiar with, but you are the unfamiliar. It's a vampire. People are vampires, okay? The streets is nothing more than what you see on the movies, except it's in human form. It's a group of vampires. They're nice to you, but they have an ulterior motive. They're trying to suck your life force, your blood. They want your blood. They want to draw first. They want to be the first to get you pregnant. They want to do all of these things. You are hanging around women that are basically bringing you to the vampires that eventually is trying to entice you, and they are going to be throwing different things, lifestyles. They're going to come with whatever it is, their prestige. They're going to button their shirts up and all of this stuff, and they are going to absolutely turn you. And if they can't turn you and they keep seeing you and you then try to break away from it, if you decide that you want to become a familiar, then eventually you're going to end up just like this pretty girl did right here. The streets are nothing but it's a war between tribal clans of vampires. That's it, bro. It's werewolves and vampires. That is exactly what the streets are. And they are sex. And they are and when I say sex, SECTs, sex and tribal. And they look at women as trophies, and they look to turn them. And they don't want to see you go off and be in a happy situation and be straight unless it is associated with them. And that's why when you see certain women and you go out and she go into the space or the night space and she always know everybody, that's a familiar. That's a familiar. Do you know that guys brand their girls? You don't want to talk about this? Are we going a little too deep? Do y'all want to keep it surface level, or y'all want me to go to the next level when we talking on the Millionaire Morning Show? Do you know that as men, us men, we brand our women? That's our chick. Sometimes it could be as simple as making sure that we get her pregnant so everybody know that that's our baby mama. Sometimes we get her tattooed. Sometimes we buy them certain things that other people should recognize when they see her because they know that that's my chick. We brand the women. That is we mark our territory. You don't want to, you still think you innocent? I'm going to tell you that that's our chick. We tattoo them. We buy them certain things. We make sure that they live in certain places. We put them in certain things. We get them pregnant. That's why you see a lot of guys that are in the streets. A lot of times they get a lot of different women pregnant and all of the women are sleeping with the same guy. That's they chick now. And then a chick that then's become pregnant by multiple different dudes that's in the mix, she becomes a problem. Because that's a territorial dispute. Subconsciously, consciously, well, you may not know it. You may not be familiar with it. But why do you think that they own you so hard when you then are an unfamiliar? Even the chicks that's baddies. Let me break it down for you because you really don't understand what this game is. Even the chicks that's bad, right? But she been in the mix in a while. A lot of guys ain't really tripping off of her, or they familiar with her, or they know who she is, but they not going to trip over her too much because we already know. We seen her before. We know who she associated with. Even if they don't know that we know or we talk or we familiar with what's going on, we only one person removed away from finding out who it is that she's with and who it is that she's associated with. You become the new one. You ain't even got to be the baddest one in the room, but everybody going to be on you. Everybody going to get at you. They want to know. They going to shoot their shot. And at some point, somebody going to find out, oh, okay. Who she with? She got to be with somebody. She just came here on her own. I'm telling you the truth. Stay out the streets. It's not safe for you. And you can't come back from it because you're going to be too much familiar. You're going to become too familiar and it's going to draw on you. You know how hard it is? Do you know why they say it's hard to get out the game or it's hard to get out the streets, whether you're a man or a woman? Is because it's too much of a draw on you. It's too much of a draw on your spirit. That's why you don't want to become familiar with it, because it's going to be hard to detach from it. A lot of women that wind up getting out the game, even though they still long for it, they got to move to a whole nother city. That's why women move to whole nother cities. That's why they move. That's why they get out. It ain't because they can't move to the suburbs or just stay home or just go to regular restaurants. They got to go to a different city. It's women that go to different cities because they trying to cleanse themselves of the things that they become familiar with, and they can't get it off of them. It's all going to be on them. Make sure y'all hit a like. It's a different game. We playing different games, bro. We playing a different game than a lot of y'all familiar. You come in there googly-eyed. Oh, my God. I know I can get a man. Oh, man. You know, make these dudes. You start listening to these chicks on Instagram. They going to get you jammed up. You going to be messed up. And you going to be jammed up because you're not built like this. And you don't even know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We gonna cook today. 392Q says, yep, 6ix9ine posted her with them on a roller coaster. Nightlife has lost an angel was crazy. That's how the streets, that's how the vampires do it. That's how we move. Chip Burner says these baddies be mixed up in the streets fraternizing with hood figures. Reviews by Ray says it's been 1 year and I can honestly say the Bag Chasers was a good investment. My stock portfolio was looking good and getting better. Shout out to all of the chasers. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Tiege Hanley, 40% off your first order, plus 20% off for life. Y'all ready to continue on with the show? It's better to come on this side. You know what I'm saying, Lady D? Some of these girls, they know what's happening. They'll tell you about it. What's up, Jennifer? What up, OG Rihanna? What up, Miss Freckles? What up to all of my dogs, J Ben, David, the car. Shout out to Antonio Watkins, Will Nola. Shout out to AJ. We gonna cook with fish grease today. Make sure you tell your friends and family. It ain't no morning show that's better than ours. We kind of teeter on afternoon, but it's okay. We just gonna still call it the Millionaire Morning Show. It ain't no show in the daytime that's better than ours. You want to go watch The View and watch them gossip about some stuff that don't even matter? Or you want to come over here to the Millionaire Morning Show? You want to come watch The View? Or grandma over there watching the regular news. We over here talking about real life. Real life. It ain't no better show. It is no better show. Ain't no sports show. Ain't no show better than what we do over here at the Millionaire Morning Show. It ain't a night show better than After Hours. It ain't a day show better than the Millionaire Morning Show. And it ain't a platform that's better than the Bag Chasers. Make sure you join the Chasers. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Let's continue. All right. What we got going on? No, that's not what I wanted to talk about. That can't be it. Oh, I see what's wrong. We're going to get off of that. Let's go with this one. Residents in D.C. We got to keep y'all up to date on what's happening in D.C. We're going to go a couple different politics subjects, and then we're going to get over to the money. All right? We got to address this Howard situation because everybody is complaining about Howard and all of that. All right? Y'all ready? Let's continue. So this is residents in D.C. And people in D.C. talking about what they feel and what their experience is. And I found a couple of clips that help y'all to understand what's happening on the ground. Let's get into it.
Having extra security, I think it's a good thing. I mean, you want to feel safe when you're out and about, especially females.
Tonight's Red Hot video. A D.C. resident praises President Trump's extra security in the nation's capital, saying it's good to want to feel safe, especially as a woman. FBI Director Kash Patel today highlighting the Bureau's Capitol cleanup. Reporting 29 arrests for charges including DUI, drug offenses, assault, destruction of property, and more. Patel says overall federal partners, there were 69 arrests last night, bringing the arrests to 380 total since Trump's cleanup operation started last week. The D.C. Police Union also releasing crime stats since federal law enforcement became involved. Robbery is down 46%, carjacking down 83%, car theft down 21%, violent crime overall down 22%, and all crime down 8%.
So let me ask y'all a question. If one life is saved, if one person is saved that would not have been saved, because now we got a gun off the streets, we got people that was arrested that should have never been free in the first place, we got a different culture that we're promoting, we got changes that we're implementing. If one person was saved, is it worth it? We ain't gonna talk about the 380 arrests. We're not gonna talk about all of the guns that they were moving off the streets. We're not gonna talk about the illegal migrants that they arrested. I want to just ask a basic question. If one life is saved, because y'all the ones that told us that Black Lives Matter. What? Wait. Y'all told us that Black Lives mattered. Trump said, I agree with you, so let me go ahead and protect them and ensure that they will live to see another day so that they don't have to bury their loved ones and get a GoFundMe going on. So if Trump agreed with you, now you're rejecting it because you're saying that I don't like the way it makes me feel when I see police officers standing on the street that is not bothering me, but that will arrest me if I do something that I'm not supposed to do in order to save my life. All of these other politicians told you that your lives mattered, and then they continue to do the thing that was allowing for your life to be in jeopardy and in danger. I wonder how many lives is saved as a result of this. You got to send it to me, Christy Arnold. I haven't heard of it. I believe that there's plenty of lives that's been saved. Carjacking is down 83%. 83%. That is you pulling up to a stoplight or a stop sign and somebody getting in front of you with the mask on or multiple different people and they said, get out the car. Keep your hands up. Give me your cell phone. Give me your wallet. Give me your keys. Give me everything. I believe, personally, my belief is that most Black people, which is completely different from Black culture, most Black people actually don't want to say it out loud because they don't want to become lepers in their friends group and they don't want to be uncomfortable at Thanksgiving dinner that's going to be coming up in November. I believe most people, Black people in particular, actually appreciate Trump. Now, when I say Black people, I'm talking about people that go to work every day, that don't want their cars stolen, that's not selling drugs in the community, that actually wants to better their life, and they actually can appreciate the fact that their children is not going to be under duress inside of their neighborhood. I believe that most Black people who are upstanding citizens actually was waiting for the day and never thought that it would come, that they actually was able to go outside and not have to worry about crime or a dope boy on their corner selling drugs. Now, that don't mean that they're going to switch their vote because, you know, it's hard for us to just go ahead and rock out and say, you know what? You was right. That's hard. That's a hard thing to do with us. It's a difficult thing to do with us when we can come, the minute that you wake up and you say, you know what? I was off on this. You know what? I should have never been in that space in the first place. You know what? I do want a safer community. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. Because I ain't got to say you got to switch over to being conservative because you already conservative. And you don't know. You believe in strong families. You don't want men in women's bathrooms. You don't want people saying that they can dress like you and then call themselves a girl when they were biologically a man. You believe in making sure that your children get a decent education. You don't want to be overly taxed. All of those things is basically the blueprint and the foundation of America. You don't want illegal migrants coming in and taking over and taking your tax dollars in order to do so. These are not radical things. These are the principles of what it takes to classify yourself as conservative. You already call yourself a Christian. You're already conservative. Why are you voting Democrat if you are a conservative? You don't believe in crime in your neighborhood. Your husband goes to work every day so that he can ensure that you got a safe car that you can get into. Why would you be a liberal? Why would you think that people could just do whatever it is that they want to do when they want to do it to you? You're a conservative and you don't even want to admit it because it's going to upset your friends that have a bullnose ring, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. You don't want to be called a house N-word. You don't want to be called a C word. You don't want to be called out of your... Well, I've been called worse by less. I've been in better places. I've been, you know me, I've been kicked out of better places. I have. I've been kicked out of better places. I certainly have. The last thing that I'm going to worry about is a broke nigga telling me something and I'm going to get offended by it. When the last time, hey, hold on. Ladies, just a question. I know most of y'all, especially the bad ones, the ones that got a halfway decent shape, go to the gym, pretty smile, went to the dentist the other day, all of that. I know for a fact, most of y'all been called out of your name because you turned down the guy that wanted to talk to you. Fuck you. How many of y'all have heard this? Ladies, how many of y'all have heard this one? What's up, sweetheart? What's your name? Oh, man, you looking good. Oh, you know what? Let me get your number and let me call you. I'm okay. I got a man. Oh, but I don't see no ring on your finger. Oh, I got a boyfriend. No, thank you. I'm saying you're not going to turn around. You're not going to turn around at least and acknowledge me. You're not going to talk to me. Smile. Smile, sweetheart. What you looking sad for? Smile, baby. Are you just going to walk away? You know what? Fuck you then, bitch. You then, bitch. You've been kicked out of classier places. You used to getting called out of your name anyway. What's the harm in just taking one more L? You know what I'm saying, Monique? F you ain't that cute anyway. You might listen. You're used to this. You expect it sometimes. Some of y'all wear a ring and you ain't even close to being married. You just wear it just so you can try to have some level of a repellent. It still ain't gonna stop them. They don't care about your ring. Okay, so I see the ladies in the chat. They understand what it feels like to get called out of their name. So then that means that you shouldn't be worried about getting called a coon or getting called a house wench, a bed wench, because you vote conservative. I'll give y'all another clue. You know what's so awesome about being a conservative and voting differently? Nobody even has to know that you're a conservative and that you're voting differently. You don't even got to announce it. You don't even got to announce it. Y'all so used to getting called pick-me's. Y'all done got called out of your name since you was 5 years old. You little whore. You little fast thing. All the way up until now. Fuck you then, bitch. You ain't that cute anyway. Ain't you used to it? You might as well do it for a reason. Like, don't do it. Don't get called out of your name just because you cute. Get called out of your name because you actually stand for something. See, that would be that's why I can't run for office, because my slogan would be, go ahead and get called out of your name for a good cause. That's my slogan. Listen, we gonna get called out of our name anyway. Don't worry, they call me out of my name all the time. Oh, you think you better than us? Oh, you just want to be like white people. You a sellout. You a coon. You this, you that. You doing it for the white tea establishments. You must be married to a white woman. We used to it. We are used to it. We might as well do it for a good cause, right? Might as well do it for a good cause. If I'm going to get called out of my name, it's going to be because I'm doing something good. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
President Trump today touting the successful crackdown on crime in the nation's capital.
We went from the most unsafe place anywhere to a place that now friends are calling me up, Democrats are calling me up, and they're saying, sir, I want to thank you. My wife and I went out to dinner last night for the first time in 4 years, and Washington, D.C. is safe, and you did that in 4 days. The press says, he's a dictator, he's trying to take over. No, all I want is security for our people. But people that haven't gone out to dinner in Washington, D.C. in 2 years are going out to dinner, and the restaurants the last 2 days were busier than they've been in a long time.
Chris, taking in the metro, I have noticed the difference on the metro, but you, as one of our resident denizens of D.C. proper, how's it been?
Well, honestly, it is noticeable. And it's pretty much everywhere you go. You're driving through the city. You're going to stop somewhere for lunch or to shop or for dinner. Look, again, the solution that the Democrats came up with long ago for homelessness is to recognize that these people are mentally ill or addicted to drugs and to throw them out on the street to fend for themselves, to scratch and scrounge, borrow and steal and beg every day to get enough to eat, then find some place to go to the bathroom, then find some place to sleep tonight, and eventually they die and we go get their bodies. And President Trump has decided maybe they need treatment for drug addiction or for alcoholism. Maybe they need to actually have shelter and be taken off the sidewalks of the street. And these tent cities, the Bidenvilles that grew up all over the city, down by the Kennedy Center and along the river and Georgetown and by the State Department, a huge one. And we're turning into like an impoverished city in India, in the empire. And President Trump, bam, and the park police cleaned it up like that. And the crime stats, obviously great news. But you've got Democrats out there fighting against them. There was a woman that ran for city council in D.C. last year, was out on...
Slick Boss says, don't believe it. We need proof of what's happening on the street, Slick Boss. You need proof of what's happening on the streets? You know what I anticipated? I anticipated that something like this would be coming up and that something like this would happen. And so what I decided to do was make sure that I proactively put you in a position to actually see it a little bit differently. And so I like to watch this guy. His name is Nick Shirley, and he's always on the streets trying to find out what's going on, whether it be in the elections or, exactly what's happening. And so I decided to go ahead and pull up one of his videos as a reference point so that we can find out exactly what's going on in the daytime and the nighttime. All right, Slick Boss, let's go ahead and see what he had to say.
Just went down, and now who knows what's going to happen tonight.
As the sun went down, federal law enforcement with the local police joined together to do checkpoints throughout the city.
Right here we do have the police, and then we also have Homeland Security as well, HSI.
Yeah, we're just helping these guys. Just trying to get some drugs and guns off the street, that's it.
Yeah. It seems like they're stationing these guys outside the Wawas and the CVS's here in downtown, as those are primarily spots that are open at night where shoplifting may occur. They're going around just patrolling the city.
I then followed some sirens and it led me to the first arrest of the night.
Looks like right here they're arresting a homeless man, getting him off the street. What's going on right here?
This man is being arrested.
For what did he do?
We're hearing that he was distributing narcotics.
Okay, so they're getting a drug dealer off the street.
I don't want to characterize it. I don't know.
All right, they're arresting this guy right here. They say that guy just said he was arrested for narcotics, so he's either a homeless man or a drug dealer here on the streets. And now he's being taken by, it looks like we got the police and Secret Service. There you have in the bag whatever he was selling. They put it in the bag. So he was indeed selling drugs. So they are getting criminals and drug dealers off the streets. We're just a few blocks away from the White House, and somebody has obviously been caught selling drugs on the streets. Now he's being taken off the streets. Right now we have the FBI, the police, Secret Service. We got about 8 agents out here right now, and there is the bag right there with all the money and the drugs that he was selling on the streets.
Here's an up-close look at all the money the guy had, and as this guy was getting arrested, after he had been arrested, a protester showed up and went absolutely crazy on law enforcement.
Oh, they were right.
Cowards! 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 Cowards!
What else do y'all want to see? How else do y'all want to see it? What else do y'all want? If this is not the very thing that I tell y'all that is happening on the streets, and then you have a white apologist. Shout out to Robert Banks. I appreciate you for the Cash App. I'm definitely going to be reading that shortly. Then you have the white apologists that come in that know nothing. They don't know that the man is with drugs, or either he homeless. Either way, he needs to be off the streets, because you can't have drugs and or be homeless. Either you need treatment, or you need jail, or you need a little bit of both in order to get your life together. But we can't have regular citizens that are being harassed and basically all of these type of things that are infiltrating our streets, especially in the black community. And right after that, you see a white apologist just pull up, and that's when they start to scream with their no! Now she's probably gonna go back to wherever it is that she came from at the end of the night so that she can get a good 8 hours of rest. Because you have to be a person that either is getting paid, or you got to be doing something to have resources. If you are on the street, dog, do you know how much of a degenerate you have to be as a human being in the inside to be on the streets of DC at night, harassing people that are doing their job to keep people safe as a woman? Could you imagine your girl or a woman saying, hey, you know what? I'm about to go get my bullhorn and go find police officers and make sure that I yell at them and protest against them. What kind of man would allow for his woman to be out on the streets of DC at night doing some stuff like this?
Oh, they were right.
Cowards! 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 Stay away from homeless people! You fascist bums!
I believe that most people, most Democrats and most people that consider themselves liberal, I think that they need to honestly go through a health check. They got to go through a health check, bro. They got to go through a health check.
Get the f*** out!
This lady just arrived and she is screaming in the megaphone. I wonder if she knows that they just arrested a drug dealer off the streets of Washington, D.C. I understand. People could be honest. Wow, she's going hard. Wow, you have a... Wow, you got a loud voice.
Traitors! Fuck ICE! Fuck custom patrols and borders! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Wow, she just came right in here. This lady is an angry woman.
Stay away from homeless people, you fascist fuck! Get out!
Oh my word. This lady has some sort of...
As she continued to follow the feds out, she just got louder and louder.
So, like I said, I'm just here to make sure that you guys are aware of what is happening in these streets. But before we decide that we want to go, before we decide that we want to read super chats, I want to go over to Fox, right? Because we source our information not just locally, not just from the people on the ground, not just from other vloggers, not just ourselves, but we want to have a whole conversation about the situation. And what is happening is that not only is Trump becoming more and more and more successful by delivering on the promises made, and in addition to that, making sure that he helps people and is a pillar of success for the black community. Pam Bondi has been warning these blue cities, these sanctuary cities, either y'all get in line, either y'all comply, or we are going to start dealing with y'all more aggressively and making sure that we also remove federal funding from the cities. So I suggest that y'all get more involved, because if you don't want your city to start losing federal funding, which a lot of these states and these cities, they receive the majority of their income directly from the feds, then y'all need to really start paying attention.
All right, CB Cotton in New York for us this morning. Thank you.
All right, let's dig a little deeper on this by bringing in the Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary for Public Affairs, Tricia McLaughlin. So here's what the Boston Mayor Michelle Wu said in response to today's deadline. Listen here.
Here is our response. Stop attacking our cities to hide your administration's failures. Unlike the Trump administration, Boston follows the law. And Boston will not back down from who we are and what we stand for. We will not back away from our community that has made us the safest major city in the country.
Sounds like a long way of saying pound sand.
It sounds like it. What a bizarre press conference. But the lives of Americans is no joking matter. And these sanctuary city politicians, like Mayor Wu out of Boston, are playing Russian roulette with the American public's lives. I mean, look, in the last 2 weeks, we've arrested out of Boston child rapists, aggravated assaulters, really the worst criminals. And we're going to continue to do so. And if these sanctuary politicians won't follow the law, then we will be forced to flood the zone. We're hiring more than 10,000 new ICE enforcement officers. We have about 110,000 applications. So we're going to have the workforce to do that.
Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that they have over 110,000 new applications for people that actually want to become ICE and Homeland Security officers? Wow, I didn't know that.
DOJ, Tricia, has been threatening to withhold federal funds from cities and states that are non-compliant with this new order. It sounds like going a step further now and actually threatening to file suits against some of these jurisdictions that are non-compliant with this. Are those suits going to get filed today in response to cities like Boston?
Well, I won't speak for the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, but I will say I believe everything is on the table, including those lawsuits and including withholding federal funding. These politicians have to take action and stop playing these political games. 70% of the arrests that are made under this administration have been of illegal immigrants with prior criminal convictions or pending criminal charges. So these are criminals that we are going after.
I wanted to talk to you about...
Wait. Y'all said that they're offering $50,000 bonuses? They giving $50,000 bonuses for you to become an ICE agent? What's going on here? See, this is why you got to interact with the chat, because the chat going to keep you up to date out here in these streets. Let's see. 50K bonus ICE agent. Wow, y'all was absolutely correct in this. U.S. immigrations, and this is current. This is April 1st, so this was only 19 days ago that this article came out. It says U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, is offering recruitment bonuses of up to $50,000 and student loan help to brave and heroic Americans interested in helping the Trump administration's deportation drive. The agency specifically is hoping to recruit deportation officers along with attorneys, criminal investigators, and student visa educators and other roles. In total, ICE hopes to add 10,000 new personnel, doubling the agency's headcount as it ramps up deportation. The funding for recruitment drive comes from approximately $165 billion allocated for the Department of Homeland Security and Donald Trump's sweeping new tax bill. Wow. In addition to the signing bonus and student loan repayment forgiveness of up to $60,000, ICE is promising potentially hefty overtime pay for deportation officers and enhanced retirement benefits. So wait a minute. Y'all ain't contacted y'all boyfriend or your father or your uncle and said, hey, listen, you ain't got no felonies, do you? No. Okay, well then maybe you need to apply because I can get that $50K bonus and I can get you $60,000 forgiven off your student loans and you can get unlimited overtime in order to go and do some good for your country. Really? I'm just saying, this don't sound like I mean, they not just hiring ICE officers. If you're an attorney, if you are a person, let me see what it says. Let me go back up. Criminal investigator. If you got a criminal justice degree, this might be your time to shine. Man, go get that money, bro. Go get that money. Go. This don't sound bad. How many jobs that y'all see out there that just giving y'all $110,000 right off the bat and you get good retirement benefits? You know you don't like to go into the retirement benefits thing, bro. This don't sound bad. No wonder they out here. Okay, that's how you recruit people. This
person, Harjinder Singh, who was allegedly driving a big rig in the state of Florida, made an illegal U-turn across one of those official use only,
I don't know, Erica.
Connections between the roadway.
I have no idea.
We went from the most undemocratic Washington days.
U.S. Since you federalized this Washington, D.C. story, even people are going out to dinner. Even President Trump, no, maybe he went out to dinner. I don't know. But I'm told, wait, did I say over 400 arrests? Total now, 137 over the weekend. And you're cleaning the homeless. Tell us about it, because this is like a miracle story.
Yeah, and Larry, this is all done, of course, at the directive of Donald Trump. He's making our world safe, and he's certainly going to make our capital the safest place in the country. Larry, to put it in perspective, Washington, D.C. had the 4th highest homicide rate in the country, right here in the capital.
I didn't know that. Is that true? I guess it is true. It's coming straight from Pam Bondi. Did y'all know that Washington, D.C. had the 4th highest murder capital rate in America? Yeah, that's not good. We got to clean that up. Are they going to Baltimore next? They're going to go to Baltimore next?
Capital, 6 times higher than where you are right now in New York City. Higher than Chicago, higher than other major cities, and it had to stop. So President Trump knew this, and he said, we're going to federalize it. We have been working hand in hand with our men and women in the Metro Police Department, the Transit Authority. We've brought in the Park Police, the National Guard, all of the agencies that fall under me, the FBI, Kash Patel's doing a great job, DEA, Terry Cole, ATF, U.S. Marshals, Gowdy Serralta's managing the whole thing. Terry's also managing it. I was out there every single night this weekend at the command center with all of our law enforcement, and but for the T-shirts they were wearing, you could not tell who was with what agency. It was such camaraderie, such cooperation. The stories they tell every night about keeping D.C. safe. They've taken 59 guns off the streets right here. Just this weekend, they got 21 guns, Larry. To hear, it was amazing, the stories they were telling me. Saturday night, before they went out, before it was even dark, they performed a traffic stop. All these guys got out, bailed out of the car, took off, caught the majority of them. 3 guns under the seats in the car. 1 was an assault rifle. That's the kind of crime that was happening right around the corner from us in our nation's capital. Larry, not only that, Donald Trump's going to make it beautiful again. He's been out taking the graffiti off of our beautiful monuments, off of the streets, off of the businesses. We're going to clean up this city at his directive, and the people are loving it, and the law enforcement officers are loving it.
AG Bondi, I'm told by friends that Union Station has been cleaned up and the homeless have been moved to other places, to get help, whatever they need help. But if you can clean the homeless up, that would be remarkable. And maybe some other cities, there's a story in I think it's front page of the Journal today, or anyway, a story in the Wall Street Journal. Downtown Los Angeles is gone. It's absolutely gone. The stores, everyone's left. It's practically a deserted city because of the homeless problem, which is so gigantic. You're maybe giving us an example of how to handle it in Washington, D.C.
That's exactly right. And I was out in L.A. for work a couple of weeks ago. I was with Bill Asaley, our U.S. attorney. They had to stop the cars to pick up a homeless man who was just sitting in the middle of the road. No one was doing anything. The beautiful businesses had spray paint on them. Places were boarded up. I had never seen L.A. like that in my life. And President Trump is not going to let that happen anywhere around our country. If the governors are going to disregard it, the president certainly is not.
Part of this story in Washington, D.C. is also a sanctuary city problem. It is no longer a sanctuary city. And you've said sanctuary jurisdictions should not receive federal funds if they do not cooperate with ICE. And you are not reluctant to enforce that. Tell us more about that, because that, in some sense, is a big part of the criminal problem.
It sure is, and they had sanctuary policies here in D.C. No longer. They've been working with us. You have to tell us if there are illegal aliens in your database. If we're arresting someone, we are going to know if they're an illegal alien. So last week I sent out 32 letters to mayors around the country, and I believe to 7 governors, telling them you better comply or you're next. If they don't comply with this, Larry, we're going to work with our other agencies to cut off their federal funding. We are going to send in law enforcement, just like we did during the LA riots, just like we're doing here in Washington, D.C. And if they're not going to keep their citizens safe, Donald Trump will keep them safe. That's what this is all about, making America safe again. That was his only directive, and that's what we're doing.
So the sanctuary city mayors are actually fighting back. You do know that this was an alternative, or this was an option for them before Trump ever decided to descend upon these cities in the first place. Like, y'all could have truly deployed the police. Y'all could have worked with federal agencies in order to make sure that sanctuary cities were no longer sanctuary cities. And if you arrested an illegal migrant that had committed a crime, then you call them so that ICE can actually detain them and deport them back to the country that they came from. This was a very simple ask. This was a very simple situation, and they just continue to fight it. And the question that I just have to ask y'all in the chat right now is why? Why do you guys think that these sanctuary city mayors and these governors are actually fighting? All right, let me give you a better scenario. When y'all see them fighting this, do you think it's just because they don't like Donald Trump, A, or B, they actually want to maintain power and they don't want to act like they working with Donald Trump, or C, they actually believe that they're doing a decent job? When you see sanctuary city mayors fight a very simple directive of, if somebody gets arrested illegally, because you got to remember, if they don't call, then that means that that's more of a burden on their finances, on their tax rolls. And I ain't even talking about removing federal funding. I'm speaking about You having to house these people, police these people, lock them up, feed them. You're losing tourism, investment dollars. It's a drain on everybody when you have degenerates inside of your community. Everybody pays for the degenerates. When you protect people that should not be doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, you basically create a new tax on your own citizens. So why do you think that these mayors are willing to fight against the administration if they call themselves public servants? All of the above, A and B, so they don't like Trump and they want to maintain power? Holla at Dre, that's the thing. These places can be deceptive. Sometimes it can seem like it's a place that you want to visit until you get carjacked. Not going to do a poll. We just going to do a formal conversation like this. If you love me, protect me. If you love me, protect me. It's messed up, bro. It's so messed up, bro. And I want better for the people. And it's unfortunate, the same way that we did in the election, that we got to drag people to the finish line. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see where we can pivot really quickly. Let me read some of the super chats. I definitely want to acknowledge the people, and I want to acknowledge the Cash Apps also. Eric OG in the building. What up to Eric OG with the 20 ball? I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Eric. And let me just say this again. I like to remind people that you are not required to give anything. I am not asking anybody to do anything outside of make sure that you take care of yourself. If you decide that you want to level up and rock out with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in, link to the Patreon is at the top of the page. It's pinned to the top of the page, pinned to the top of the chat. It's also pinned in the description of the video. And then last but not least, I'm always going to read every single super chat because you don't have to. And I am not asking you to, and I am not requiring you to hit the Cash App. But I am going to make sure that I acknowledge the people that support the platform just because it's on their heart to do so. And so I appreciate you. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's $1. I'm going to show my love and my appreciation for you. So thank you, Eric OG. Thank you, Robert Banks. Thank you to people that just came in and watched the show. Forget the like button. Forget the Cash App. Forget any of that stuff. For the people that came in to watch the show and enjoy it, even if it's just for 5 minutes, thank you. Thank you. You didn't have to. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting the platform, for supporting what we got going on over here by just giving your attention. Hopefully, we can either entertain you or add some value, or you find a community of people that you rock out with and you continue to do so. All right? I'm not requiring you to subscribe. I'm not requiring you to do anything. I just want to let you know that you are appreciated. Simple as that. Nothing else required. Nothing to buy. Nothing to sell. None of that. You just appreciate it. Just want to let you know that. All right. Even if you disagree, come on over and disagree. Come disagree. Come where you can be welcome to disagree. Now, don't be disrespectful. Don't call people out of their names. Don't go after people's children. Don't go after people's spouses. But listen, we welcome Democrats, Republicans, independents, liberals, conservatives, everybody. You are more than welcome to disagree with me, disagree with people in the chat. I love it. I love it. I don't want to operate in an echo chamber. I don't censor people. I don't do none of that. All right. So don't spam the chat. Don't be overly disrespectful. You can be emotional. You can say whatever it is that you want to say. I don't censor people over here. And so I rock out with people. All right. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for supporting everything that we do. And anytime that you jump in here, I appreciate you. I just want to let you know that before we read these Cash Apps and Super Chats. Robert Banks in the building. Shout out to you. remember take my number in case it don't work. Yeah. That's what guys say a lot of times when you say, hey, I got a boyfriend or I'm married or whatever. Okay, take my number just in case it don't work out. What? You know what I'm saying? Carrington Love Jr., shout out to you, says, these women love evil. The strongest demonic spirits living on earth in modern time is Incubus and Jezebel. Shout out to Carrington Love Jr. Lee Hub says, this is cap all performative. You talking about the streets of D.C.? Okay, well, yeah, listen. Everybody got a difference of opinion. She waking the homeless up with her bullhorn. Facts. Carrington Love Jr. says, Trump for sure is the greatest president. Agreed. I thought about putting in an ICE application. You might as well, if you're going to do it, do it. Shadow Dragon TV says, Trump accomplished so much in less than a year, and we ain't even on a year yet. I'm all for this policing movement being pushed around the country, make America safe again. Oshkosh Worldwide says, how hard was this to get done? How the hell didn't other administrations do this? They were cool with being surrounded by crime like it's just the norm. Well, it did become the norm. Toon says, for the census. Thank you, Toon. I appreciate you. My dog, Fi Brown, with a couple of super chats. Yo, AD just left from my interview with the American Airlines. I interviewed like a king, and they offered me the job on the spot. Free flights and benefits along with my trucking and vending machine and ATM business bag chases. We up. Shout out to Fi Brown and shout out to everybody that watches the video that we got in the Patreon that I released for y'all. I'm doing an updated version of it, and it's called Interview Like a King. And it practically, I don't want to say it gives you a guarantee, but it practically gives you a leg up on the competition in order to ensure that they love you in your interview if you're able to land the interview. Shout out to Fi Brown. He says, now I'm on my way to wash my comforter and sheets since it's been a few weeks. Y'all, for y'all that don't know, we was talking about that on After Hours last night. I'm clipping that up and I'm releasing that too. Rasta Fuego says, came from the late night show. Appreciate the knowledge you dropped throughout the week. Looking forward to learning more. And shout out to a GOAT. We have part 2 of the Patreon live stream coming up this week. We did part 1 already. And it's absolutely awesome. Shout out to Fi Brown and congratulations. I love it when the bag chasers continue to win. I will continue to read super chats throughout the show. Thank you to everybody that hold us down. Let's continue on to the next thing. So we got to start deep diving into the money. And I'm going to get into the Howard. I'm going to save that for last. But before we get to Howard, I want to have a conversation about Target. All right, Target. So shout out to everybody that's getting fired out here in these streets. Shout out to getting fired. Anton, what do you mean shout out to getting fired? Listen, if anybody is familiar with my story, see what had happened was whenever you hear somebody say, see what had happened was, do you know what that means? That means they're making an excuse for getting fired. Target fired hundreds of people from the southwest side of a Target facility for alleged healthcare loan fraud. Shout out to everybody that's getting fired out here in these streets. Ain't nothing like getting fired at a time when it's harder to find a job than it was the years before. Ain't nothing like getting fired. Oh, I know this story. I know this story so well. I am so used to hearing this story, and I lived it. I lived it in 06, 07. Right before the recession. I got fired right before the top of the recession. Talk about dumb. That's why I call myself a C student, because anytime I do something that I'm not supposed to do, that's why I don't do stuff that I'm not supposed to do. Anytime that I do something that I'm not supposed to do, usually it be harder on me because I'm not supposed to do it. You know how it's people in life that could just get away with certain things and They never seem like they get caught until the very last time. And you be looking at yourself like, man, why you ain't quit after the first 10 robberies that you made? I am the person that's going to get caught before the robbery ever even starts. I'm going to trip on the street and fall over in front of the police station, and my gun is going to fall out and my mask is going to fall out at the same time. That's me. That's me. 06, 07, ooh, we was living it up. Everybody be living it up. Say what? I do. We was living it up. I had all of the cars, all of the money, all of the polo boots. We was having a good time, taking flights, all of that stuff. Anytime that we wanted to go and take a flight, I would call my homegirl, hey, baby girl, what's going on? Hey, Anton, what you need? I need that doctor's note, because she actually worked for a real doctor. See, we was a little bit more advanced, even in 06, 07, you know what I'm saying? So when we would get our doctor's notes, or let me just use myself. When I would get my doctor's note, it was actually written on behalf of the doctor, because most of the doctors, they don't know what's going on. And so I would just make sure, hey, baby girl, what's going on? How's it happen? How's it playing out over there? You still work for such and such doctor? Yeah, Anton, it's been going well. You know, he in the palm of my hand. All right, baby girl, you know what I need, right? Tell me the dates that you need your doctor's note for. All right. But see, here's the play, though. I ain't got no more PTO. I'm trying to go and party with them over here. I got my money right. I got everything right. I got my cars right. And so we was trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And so what we would do is when you went, you can't call in ahead of time and say, I'm not going to be here, because how are you going to pre-sick yourself? You can't be pre-sick, you know? You can't be pre-sick. And so what I would do is, shoot, we ain't got no more time. I gotta go to work. Shit. I remember where I went to. I remember exactly where I went to when I got myself in trouble. I remember. You ain't gonna believe it. It was the dumbest trip ever. You want to know where I went? In order to get the doctor, when I finally got caught, because I got away with everything prior to that. You want to know where I went, where I needed the doctor's note? I don't even feel like I should tell you. I'm so embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed now. I was so embarrassed about the trip that I took. But I got to be transparent, because I was a little dusty like you back in the day too. I had money, but then I went into my dust mode because I wasn't focused. I was doing things that I shouldn't supposed to do. You know where I went? Nope. I didn't go to Miami. Nope. I didn't go to Los Angeles. Nope. I did not go on a cruise. I did not go to New York. I didn't go visit Houston, Texas. I went to a goddamn water park called Kalahari in Sandusky, Ohio. Two hours up the road. Had to get a suite. Wanted to go party in a water park. Hey, slide down the water park. I was at Kalahari, sliding down the water park. At the water park. I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. Yeah, we having a good time. As soon as I got back to work, after like 3-4 days, because I said, yo, I'm sick. I can't make it. Got back to work, gave him my doctor's note. They was like, okay, cool. No worries. You were sick? Awesome. The next day, the next business day, tapped me on my shoulder. Like, hey, you need to go talk to your union rep because they want you down there in the office, HR. I knew it was over. I knew it was over. First thing I did was I went and go check my bank account. All right, let me see. Just in case, because I didn't know if my union rep was going to be able to get me out of here. That's how I know unions is trash now, because they spend the majority of the time depending people that ain't supposed to be there. So I go there, I check my bank account. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Got enough for me to survive. I don't know. Maybe I can go make some things shake just in case I get fired. As soon as I walked in there, they said, they didn't have iPads and stuff back then, but they had a piece of paper. So they had the piece of paper. They said, so your doctor's note says, well, and this how they really hurt me. They hurt me on this one. Check it out. They said, your doctor's note says that you was out on these days and these days and these days. But this is not a valid doctor's note. And you know me, I stand 10 toes down on it, right? This is a valid doctor's note. What are you talking about? This, because it was valid from a valid doctor's office. I didn't make it up. This is a valid doctor's note. And she told me straight up. She said, listen. Not only is your doctor's note not valid, but whoever it was that gave it to you, we investigating them. We gonna work with their company and their doctor's notes to find out who it was. We gonna come after them, and we gonna come after everybody that's associated with you. I was like, I can't believe it. Yes, they went after the girl. They went after me. They went after everybody. I just went ahead and packed up my stuff. I said, yeah, this ain't gonna work. Wasn't quite the way that I was looking to exit, but no unemployment, no nothing. Time card fraud. Fired. They said, get gone. Get gone. I didn't cry, but I felt the sniffles as I got into my Trailblazer SS with the Corvette engine in it. I started it up. It didn't have the same rumble. Wasn't just the same. It didn't hit the same. I could see the repo man in my future. Repo man. Maybe I could find another job. Repo man is in your future, Mr. Daniels. Your mother's basement. Here you go. Welcome back to the basement of your mother's house. Are you ready to go ahead and get your life together? Oh, that's how I went bald. A lot of people don't know that. Around that time, that's when I started losing my hair. I said, Jesus, I was so stressed out. Hair was starting to, my colics was disappearing. I said, what's wrong with my colics? What's wrong with them? Why my beard not straight no more? I couldn't get it right every time I got lined up because I had, you had to cut costs. So you got to start cutting your own hair. I couldn't get my beard quite right. Keep on having to lower it because it just wasn't straight for some reason. Then the recession hit. Banks collapsed right after that. I said, the devil got a hold on me. I give my life all to you. I reconnected with God. Ain't nothing like going broke. You know how you find God? Got to be at the bottom. Next thing you know, God humble you. Oh, now you hear me, Mr. Daniels. God said, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. What has it been? About 3-4 years? You have fun? I said, I'm sorry, Jesus. Oh! He said, I ain't heard from you in a while. Where you been at? You been having fun? You went, you was doing your own thing? How'd that work out for you? I said, you know what? I give my life to you. Hallelujah. Start going back to church. Found my Jesus. Hallelujah. Hey. That's when I learned. Don't turn down no money. We're going to get to the Target story in a minute, but I need to help y'all to understand. You don't know what it means once you start getting a new job. They gave me I interviewed for so many jobs. They eventually said, "Oh, Mr. Daniels, you hired." I said, "Hey." Be at testimony service. Saints. Got a new job interview. Y'all pray for me. Hallelujah. Saints. So got a new job interview. They passing me on to the next one. Hey, hallelujah. All of the sisters in the back praying for him. Give him a good job so he can take care of his family and get out of his mom's basement. You thankful. You thankful then. That's when I learned, you know what? All money in, no money out. I let somebody influence me. If y'all want to just be the honest to God truth, this is the honest to God truth on my father's grave. I was saying, you know what? I'm going to work. I don't have no more PTO. I need to go to work. I don't get no more vacation time. Somebody said, "Oh, man, you ain't coming out with us to Kalahari?" I said, "No, man, I got to work." They said, "Bruh, can't you get a doctor's note?" I said, "Yeah." They said, "Man, you ain't got no faith. Man, you out here trying to trip out. Man, the white man don't care nothing about you. Man, come out here and have a good time." I said, "You know what? I do got a doctor's note. I could do what I want to do." After that, I divested myself from the community's advice. After that, no more community advice. I said, "You know what? I'm on my own journey," because wasn't nobody there to save me. Ain't nobody give me no loans. Ain't nobody hook me up or nothing. I said, "You know what? I'm on my own. I'm the only person that's going to save me. I'm going to have to do what I got to do." I grew up. Instantly grew up just right there. Instantly became a bag chaser. That was the inception. It wasn't when I graduated, wasn't high school, wasn't my first 100,000 getting out of high school and stuff like that. It was at that moment, right then and there, when I got fired, I realized, you know what? It's time to change, and I can't blame nobody else for my mistakes except for me. I'm all I got. When I was getting money, that's when I stopped listening to people. Unless you had a bag and you were super successful and you can give me the blueprint, I stopped paying attention to people. That's when I started actually showing all of the receipts. Anton, you should move out of your mom's basement. That's nice. I'm going to stay right here and continue to build. Anton, you getting all of this money. Why don't you go ahead and move out? Nope. Anton, why don't you go and get that new car? Nope. Anton, you got your own business. You a millionaire. Why you still taking new jobs? Why you taking a new position? Because I want to. All money in. That thing, that's why I listen to God. I don't pay attention to what nobody else is saying. "Hey, God, what you think about this?" "Yeah, do that." "Okay, I'm on it." That's what I'm focused on. I don't care about what nobody talking about, because all of these people that's sitting there in your face, telling you advice, telling you what you should do, in your comments saying you ain't black enough, they ain't gonna be there when you can't feed your family. They ain't gonna be there. You ain't never gonna be able to get me to turn my back on God. I know who grabbed. I know who carried me through. I know. I know. You ain't never gonna get me to turn my back on God. Every single day before I jump on the live stream, first thing I do is I get on my knees. I praise God. I say, you know what? Jesus is king and God is the greatest. Jesus is king and God is the greatest, because I'm telling you that my journey in life is truly a testimony in itself, and I will never, ever pay attention to what anybody is saying. Only person that can tell me what to do is God. That's it. That's it. Don't care. Anton, if the whole world stand against you, you stand right there like I told you to, and you stand on your own too. Got it. I'm on it. And it ain't nothing that you can't make me feel bad about it or nothing. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I genuinely don't care. I don't care. If it's just me and every single person disagrees with me, if God told me, I'm on it. I don't care. It is nothing and nobody that can ever tell me what to do. If everybody in the community say, you a coon, I don't like you, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, I don't care. The only thing I care about is God and Jesus and what they think and what they say, and that's it. Everything else comes extra. That's my life. That's my motivation. That's how I move. And I don't pivot. It ain't an opportunity that you can give me. If I talk to God and God tell me, nope, that's not for you, I will turn you down. I don't care how many subscribers you got. I don't care what the visibility that you can bring me. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care none of that. I don't move unless it's time to move. And all of these people with this whole story, with this whole Target thing, I'm about to play this right now. Guess what? They got a choice to make. Your choice, all of us in life is going to come to a crossroads. We're all going to come to a place at some point in our life where we're going to have to make a decision to go left or to go right. And it's usually going to come at a time that is the most pivotal. You're going to be at your bottom. You're going to go through something. It's going to be a reality check. And if you're smart, you'll make the decision earlier in your life to suffer so that you can actually live the life that you want to live for the rest of your life, because everything is temporary and everything is going to pass. For all of y'all that don't want to take responsibility, let's get into the story. Let's play it.
Allegations of widespread fraud at a facility on the southwest side may have some ramifications, including hundreds of workers being fired. WGN's Jenna Barnes is joining us live from Little Village with more tonight. Jenna.
Yeah, Lourdes, it's estimated that hundreds of workers at this Target distribution facility here behind us have been fired, accused of stealing altogether $1 million from the company in a fraud scheme involving health care loans.
Everyone was talking about it.
Employees at this giant Target Flow Center at Pulaski and 35th Place on the southwest side say word is spreading inside about a fraud scheme carried out by their coworkers. Block Club Chicago reports those workers took advantage of a glitch in an employee benefit, Target's medical loan program. The error allowed employees to take out loans for $3,000 and pay back just $50 to have the balance erased.
It was wild to compile.
Block Club's
There's a lot of people that will say, well, it was Target system and this and that and so on and so forth, right? I don't care what the loophole is. I know better. You know better. You know when you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. If it's too good to be true, if it is too good to be true, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't care what the play is. I don't care how he was able to get away with it. I don't care. It's never going to be worth it. It's never, ever, 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 ever going to be worth it. You're not going to get me to sacrifice my freedom or my job for $3K. Nope. The same way that they finessed y'all and they said, listen, man, everybody, all of them videos is taken down now. Everybody removed their videos. Everybody was like, man, dawg, all you got to do is start a business. All you got to do is get an LLC. You can get these PPP loans, man, and they going to forgive them, man. They forgivable loans, bro. I was like, I've seen this before. Oh, I've seen this story before. Different form, same play. This is a setup. Oh yeah, I absolutely lost my money. I done already got caught up when I got fired from my job back in 07, 06, 07. Nigga pulled up with a Lamborghini. I said, yeah, I'ma just wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm not ready for a lamb at this point anyway. I think I'll appreciate it more when I earn it. When I earn it. Y'all keep saying that y'all was blessed with it. He is not the author of confusion. He does not bless you with a curse. That is not God. That ain't nothing but that's a demon on your shoulder, nigga. God did this. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You lied to me and you lied on God, and now you really got to pay the price for it. You never gonna win. You're never going to win. You're never going to be happy. You're never going to be satisfied, even if you get away with it the first time and you don't get caught. You have to atone for that. You got to pay for that, bro. I can't do it. I'm not putting even if I don't get caught, I want to sleep. I go to bed free. When I go to bed at night, I think to myself, man, if this was my last day on earth, I am comfortable. I'm happy, and I know I did what I was supposed to do. I am free. I have peace in my spirit. It's different, bro. I don't have to worry about nobody knocking at my door. You don't understand what that feel like when you raise in an environment where every single person is looking to get one up on the system. Not interested. Everybody coming along, man. Listen, bro. This is the play. This person, this influencer said this. I said, get thee away from me. Get thee away from me.
Charles Thrush has spent the past week talking with employees who told him about a ringleader who discovered the glitch and then helped coworkers carry out the fraud. That person would charge a $200 to $300 fee for each person involved, and there were hundreds.
You're seeing anywhere from 400 to 700 firings from Target.
The company isn't confirming just how many people were involved, but tells us in a statement, following an internal investigation, we have terminated team members found to be in violation of our company's code of ethics.
It is a really good paying job for a lot of people. And then just to lose it for that, was it worth it?
For $3,000. Y'all let a dude convince y'all, pay him a $200 to $300 fee, and you lost your job, you lost your benefits, you lost your retirement, you lost everything for $26.50. $26.50 cost you everything. $26.50. Was it worth it? $26.50. Nigga, I got shoes that cost more than that. For $26.50, you let them trick you out of your spot? You ain't think they was eventually gonna find a glitch? It's so dumb, bro. So stupid. We so short-sighted, bro. So short-sighted. We'll lose our stuff for $26.50, bro. And then these are the same people that's going to be out here protesting Target. These are the same people that's going to be out here protesting Target. They hate Target not because Target's diversity, equity, and inclusion. They hate Target because Target fired them for something that they wasn't supposed to do. So dumb. And usually they add your name to a list. They add your name to a list, bro. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Y'all did all of that? Really? He said $300. That's $2,700 AD. But you got to remember, they pay back the $50. Remember, he said that they got to pay back the $50 in order to erase themselves out of the system. Instead of paying back the $3,000, they got to pay down the $50. So you got to pay the $300 service fee, and you got to pay the $50 back. So that's $26.50. I know my math. I know my math. Listen, you ain't gonna never get one over for me. I already know what the numbers are. It's $26.50. The total cost of getting fired from your job is $26.50. That's the total cost, big dog. That's the total cost. No! I know what I'm talking about. I've already done all of the total costs and the calculations in my mind. That's the way it works. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it, y'all. It's not worth it. Go to work, take care of your business, pay down your debt, make your investments, join the bag chasers, and align yourself with a group of people that's going in the direction that you're going in. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. You're a millionaire in a condo. This, of course, is somebody with no profile picture. You're a millionaire in a condo with $3,000 shoes, speaking on how bad the inner city is. I'm sorry? I'm a millionaire in a condo with $3,000 shoes, speaking on how bad the inner city is. You should add all the rest of it in there. I also got 12 cars. I drive a 911, a S-Class Mercedes. Also got a Cybertruck. And I'm not just a millionaire. I'm a deca millionaire. So throw all of that in there too. All right. So now make your point again. How does that actually mean anything? What does that mean? What part am I supposed? Do you want me to be broke and speak about how the inner city is? I'm trying to figure out what does that mean? What else do you want me to throw in there? I also have on a $52,000 rose gold Rolex watch right now. See, you want to see the close up of it? I'll give it to you. There you go. See that? See how that shines? See how different it is? I have on custom AD shirts. My glasses are about $1,300 just for the frames. That ain't got nothing to do with the lenses. What other part? What does that mean? What does that mean? Huh? Now what? I got issues. No, you broke. You listen. You don't. Bro, you. I don't censor anybody though. All right. So make sure you subscribe. And I'm glad that you subscribed. And the reason that I know you subscribed is because in order for you to be able to type in a chat that you had to subscribe. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it. I don't ask anybody to, but thank you for subscribing. No, this is not that. This is date 8. This is different. It's the date 8. Not the date just. This is a date 8. All right. Just want to make sure that we all clear on exactly what we working on. All right. I guess I won't speak on the inner city anymore. You know what I'm saying? Anything else? Like it's crazy. It's crazy the amount of money that I generate and the amount of money that I have. You know what I'm saying? That's how you deal with people. That's how you start. You don't let them shame you for being successful. Hold it down. Hold it down. It's a girl that left her shades here the other day. I said, girl, come and get your shades. Let me go get them. She left them shades over here too. There's another girl left her shades. Let me see. Why do women leave their shades? What are these? One girl left these shades. Another girl left these shades. Oh, these are slapping. These are some big dogs right here. Why do girls leave their shades here? I don't know what that means. I don't understand that. I just realized that I looked at her. She came in, put her shades down. I said, girl, don't forget your stuff. Y'all got to come get y'all shades, man. Y'all can't be having all of these. Y'all can't be leaving clues. That's the thing about women. Y'all got to stop trying to leave clues so that somebody else can come in here and say, whose is these? Nope, I don't have those problems. So I'm going to tell you that you left your shades. Come and get your shades from my studio, okay? Keep on leaving clues or having a reason so that you can come back. Get your stuff. I don't think I'm going to do the Ingram angle tonight. I don't feel like it. I got stuff to do, man. To be able to make it tonight. Catch. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. I just sent it. I'm not going on that tonight. I'm not going on it tonight. I don't feel like it. I think I want to spend some time with my daughter instead. Y'all trying to leave y'all stuff. So either you got a reason to come back or so that somebody discovers it. Y'all gonna have to start taking y'all stuff with y'all. Y'all can't keep leaving all of y'all stuff here. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm going to spend some time with my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She went to the dentist today. I know tomorrow me and her are supposed to go inspect another Lamborghini together. So I'm spending some time with my daughter. I ain't doing all of that stuff. Anyways, make sure y'all guys hit a like for the algorithms. Oh, we got to cover, I'm going to read the super chat shortly. We got to cover Howard. Are y'all familiar with what's going on at Howard University? So apparently what is happening at Howard University, ladies and gentlemen, is the students are angry. They are rallying against what is happening at Howard University because they are saying that Howard is sending them to debt collectors and things are happening and it's becoming out of control and they don't feel like they can afford it. And Howard is requiring them to pay their bill before they re-register for class from the last semester. And they might be going up on tuition and all of that stuff. And so everybody are angry. All of the people and all of the ladies, I only see ladies. I haven't seen any guys that come across my feed, but all of the people are upset at Howard University for what they call they are making too much money, they're generating too much revenue, and they're requiring for students to pay too much in tuition. Yes, an HBCU. HBCU. Distinguished gentleman says, yep, my nephew was there. It's crazy. I just cut a check for $5,000 last week. Oh, okay. So it really is a thing. It really is a thing. How great is it to go to a predominantly black university or institution that is marketed to black people? Imagine if a white institution or university did that. Y'all would call it a KKK university, the Klansman university. Y'all would call it the Klans meeting. If white people created a university that predominantly focused on whites, Y'all would call it a Klan meeting.
It is a scary time at Howard University. My name is Micaiah Goodman. I'm a sophomore biology major on a pre-med track at Howard University, and things are getting scary. I know people may be wondering, why do you keep making videos? This is like your 17th video. Why do you keep saying things? Because it is genuinely starting to get terrifying. One of the most popular pages indirectly associated with Howard University, Last Bison Standing, recently posted, "Things are about to get ugly, start making your exit strategy." This page is typically known to be run by, I believe, some recent graduates, and they are known for fundraising, giving out scholarships, as well as...
Oh, y'all upset that I said that? Because I'm addressing y'all black. Go black people. Universities. Is that what y'all bothered by? Y'all bothered by what I just said about the fact that I said that if it was a university that they labeled, because y'all marketed it. See, listen, y'all the ones that put PWI on universities in order to illustrate a certain thing. That's what y'all did. That's what y'all did. Y'all put that on them. But y'all labeled yourselves HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities. Bethune-Cookman, Howard University, Spelman. Does this make y'all uncomfortable? Oh, you an alumni, so you feeling some type of way about it. Okay. All right. All right. Isn't it funny, though, that the majority of your universities and institutions were put together by white people? Y'all want to talk about that one, though. Spelman, what it was named after. Oh my gosh, y'all are so easily finessed, so easily taken advantage of, and easily marketed to. And I know what you're gonna say. It doesn't matter. What matters is what it represents and the fact that it is a place where black people were able to feel safe in order to be able to continue their studies and ensure that they were able to educate themselves. And most people that graduate from HBCUs, they are employed. They are over an 80% employment rate, specifically from Howard and Spelman and Bethune-Cookman. We know what you're going to say. We know what you're going to say before you say it. Well, know what you're going to say before you say it. Stop whining. Take your L just like everybody else. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop whining. Stop. Let's continue.
Selling Howard merch. These people are telling us things are about to get ugly. Make your exit strategy. What is that supposed to mean? As a current Howard student, what is that supposed to mean? People are thinking that we're just coming to the internet to beg for money or complain, but we're genuinely scared. The university is threatening to send our balances to debt collectors. Debt collectors. There's a chance that we could have a 28 to 30, I think I saw someone put a 28 to 60% interest rate on our balances. I just finished my first year. I did not know that this was a thing. I didn't even know
Somebody
that this even
said, Aaron L., my favorite HBCU defender of diversity, equity, and inclusion, he says, why does it matter who founded it? What do you mean, why does it matter who founded it? I thought y'all cared about stuff like that. That's why I thought that y'all was toppling statues and stuff during the George Floyd protest. No? No? Wasn't y'all toppling statues? Because y'all cared about the history of this country. Why won't y'all acknowledge your white founders? Why won't y'all give them credit for putting together something that allowed for you guys to be able to feel included amongst each other? I think that acknowledging your history, like they always try to say, every time I get on Monday night, they say, acknowledge racism exists. We need to acknowledge this. Why don't you acknowledge your white founders? Why don't you acknowledge it? I thought that history mattered. History don't matter in this situation. It don't matter. It selectively matters. It just matters when it's convenient for you in order to be able to topple a couple of statues that you don't like, right? Then it don't matter no more. All right, don't worry about it. We'll just stick to what the students are complaining about then.
Beyond just not being able to afford our education, people are being threatened. I would know because I've personally been threatened. Not only are we expected to pay these extremely high balances with a small number of days and a small notice, or they'll be sent to debt collectors, but we're also being threatened, pressured, and attacked and harassed to stop speaking about it and to start taking our videos down. For everyone that thinks that this is just a joke, or for all of the negative comments that are just giving out judgment and not actually listening to what we're saying, please, if there's anything that you listen to,
shout out to all of the women with the bullnose ring, the septum ring too,
that you watch in full and truly comprehend, it's this one. Things are getting scary. I don't even know in what way, and that makes it scarier. All I know is if you're a student that's considering transferring, or even if you're not considering transferring, please just submit some transfer applications. There are some schools who still have transfer applications open for the fall. Just submit them as a safety net.
So what she's basically saying is that Howard is requiring, this is the main thing that they're concerned about. Because usually when people get mad, then they start going into all of the other things that they don't like about the university. But the foundation of these conversations is Howard. I'm on Howard's side on this one. Now what? I'm defending the HBCU. I'm pretty sure you're going to take the opposite position of me. So now what position are you going to take? I support Howard and them requiring for students to pay off their balance before they enroll in the next semester. I thought that that's what you were supposed to do. Now you want to complain about the price. So y'all wasn't aware of how much a credit hour was going to cost when you decided to go to out of state to go to Howard University, and then you wanted to live on campus. You wasn't aware of what the cost per credit hour was going to be. You didn't know that you was going to get a $50,000 bill at the end of the year. I defend Howard. I stand with Howard on this issue. What are y'all complaining about? Y'all mad because Howard said that they're going to send your bill to a debt collector and you won't be able to register until you pay your balance that you owe? Well, where else can you go to where you can continue to participate without actually paying your balance? The church won't even let you come in and be considered a member if you're not paying your tithes and offering. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not going to be able to let you sit on the pulpit. Why? I've been a faithful member for the last 10 years and my mother died here. Remember when you buried my mother? Yeah. But you on hard times. You need a little bit of help? What do you mean? Well, I was checking with the church secretary and they said that you haven't paid your tithes and offerings for 2 months. Yeah, I've been going through something, Pastor. Well, listen, I'm going to need you to pay your back because God don't like that. God don't like that. God said he wants his first. He wants his first. Do you know the story of Cain and Abel? Then they're going to start preaching to you. You know the story of Cain and Abel? Do you know why he killed them? Because he gave his first. And God said that he had favor on him. I don't want you to turn into a Canaanite. So until then, you're going to have to make sure that you catch up on your back tithes and offerings. The church is worse than the IRS. Catch up on your back tithes and offerings, and you should probably put a little extra in it. And don't tell me that you don't got it, because that just means that you're not stretching out on faith. Don't tell me you don't got it, because that means that you're not stretching out on faith. You might have had a job by now had you been paying your tithes and offerings on your unemployment insurance, that is. That's why you in the situation that you in right now, because you didn't give God his first. Honey, can you pull up my S-Class so I can make sure that I drive past this Dusty right here, because he can't have his spot on the pulpit until he get himself together. Okay? I don't want you to forget again. Make sure you get yourself together. And please, I don't want to have to call you in here again because it's going to be embarrassing for your wife and your children. All right. I stand with Howard. I stand with Howard. I stand with Howard. Who amongst you stand against Howard?
Howard is currently having a scandal right now because students cannot pay their tuition. And I'm making this video to address everybody who is badgering these students saying, oh, well, you shouldn't have gone to a university that you can't afford. You shouldn't have did this, blah, 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 blah. Because it's not about that. This is no longer about people not being able to pay their balances. This is about a school becoming more focused on money and their business rather than their students and academia. For the 24-25 school year, our tuition was over $50,000 a year. If we want to do some rough math, $50,000, more than $50,000, but we're just going to say $50,000 with 12,500 students. How much money is that every year in tuition? That's $625 million. And
so now you want to count Howard's pockets. Now y'all experts on financing, accounting, the true cost of being able to run this campus. Now y'all want to start evaluating it. I'm always curious because why wasn't y'all able to figure out how much tuition was going to cost before you signed up? And why are y'all still going to schools that you know you can't afford for degrees that's not going to pay anything? And you know you're going to be asking for student loan forgiveness and be doing the same thing cyclically, right? It's going to be a cyclical process where you come back, you're going to be begging on TikTok and Instagram, and you're going to be saying, they're requiring me to pay my student loans back. America is a scam. America is a scam. Going to school is a scam.
stay with me. Our tuition is rising. $20,000 more. And it doesn't stop at tuition. Let's talk about revenue. How much revenue does Howard make every year? So let's account for 2023. How much did Howard make in revenue in the year of 2023? $1.27 billion. Almost $1.3 billion. But these students who are struggling financially, who can't apply their payment plans, who can't apply their scholarships, who financial aid is not being posted, they have to pay their $20,000 balance now. They absolutely need to. And let's not mention the consequence of this. If you don't,
are y'all really paying $50,000 a year for general ed requirements? Is that what y'all paying for? Nope. That's not what y'all paying $50,000 a year for out of state tuition. Because first of all, in-state tuition is cheaper, so you probably should find a place to go to. You probably should just go to community college if you just want to be real. But neither here nor there. Are y'all paying $50,000 for general ed requirements? Are y'all seriously doing that? And some of y'all not even in Algebra 101. You in Algebra 01. You got to take remedial classes just to get you up to being able to take the regular class. So you don't know that I know what you in, right? 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. You don't think I know that they teaching you how to count, do you? Y'all paying $50K for general ed requirements. That's not really what y'all up there doing. Y'all not paying $50K for that. You paying $50K for freedom. This is why you will never not be able to get the students that go to these private universities, that go to major universities, that go to public colleges. This is why community college is not popular. All right. Community college, from an educational perspective, and trade schools are the best bang. It's the best bang for your buck, actually. But you know why you don't ever have to worry about that? Because in most of community colleges, you don't get to live on campus and you don't get the freedom from your parents. And so you don't get to suck some cock. That's why. You don't get to go get the hoes. We want to pledge. Hey, you don't get to do that. You don't get to be in the in crowd. You don't get to bust it down for a real one. You don't get to go to the parties. You don't get the freedom. I want to have the freedom of living in a cinder block room, trapped in with somebody that I don't know, so that I can have some sex and be able to stay out as late as I want to. That's why community college in the black community and then the white communities are not popular, because you don't get to suck some cock. That's why. Because you don't get to make sure that you find yourself so that you'll have pink hair and a septum nose ring. And I can get a tattoo that says free freedom. That's why. You'll never have to worry about community colleges being overwhelmed, even though it's the best bang for your buck. That's why, Trace, do you want to know why black people don't en masse go enroll to become an electrician, a millwright? Why you not doing your general ed requirements before you transfer over to a major university? You want to know why? Because they can't market box to you. It's not sexy enough in order for you to be able to get your education at a lower cost. We have to have the black experience. Power to the people. It's nothing like walking across campus and knowing that all of the founders and the people that previously went here, I am representing them now. It's a black experience. I get to get dreadlocks now. I get to go and get HIV and herpes. All so I can study African American studies and get an underwater basket weaving degree. The minute that they figure out how to market some sex at a community college, it'll be overwhelmed. Overwhelmed. What? You could just stay right next to the girl that you want to bust down? Ah, that's crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to be talking about that. Let me let her finish complaining about the cost of college.
Pay your balance is getting sent to collections. Not only do you lose your spot and you are not able to register for classes, your tuition is getting your unpaid bill is getting sent to collections.
Spit it out, baby.
For all my people who are considering coming to Howard this upcoming year, whether you're an incoming freshman, sophomore, junior, whatever, or even if you're in a graduate program, please reconsider. Absolutely weigh your pros and cons with other schools. If you can pay less and receive less stress by going anywhere else, go there.
Finally, somebody that's talking some sense. Finally, but it took you to get into $50,000 per year debt in order to do so, gaining interest, because it's going to a debt collector. Unreal. But I will tell you this, though. I'm not going to cap. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell it to you with my chest out. All right? This is what I'm going to tell you. We here at MMS, the Millionaire Morning Show, Bag Chasers, Anton Daniels, we have the greatest show on the face of the earth. And it ain't even close. Anybody that tries to even start a show in the morning time, listen, good luck. God bless y'all. I hope y'all doing well. I hope y'all can get y'all numbers together, because we focus on giving value, and we certainly are the most entertaining, because I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. How y'all feeling before I read these super chats and I get y'all going for the day? How y'all feeling? I decided that I don't want to do Fox News. I just text them. I'm not interested. I want to go hang with my daughter. How y'all feel? Y'all feeling good tonight? Hey, how y'all feeling? Yeah. Oh my God. I love you too, Rhonda. Shout out to Eric D. I love you, bro. Shout out to the ski report. Tabby says, amazing. I know y'all missed me, so I had to give y'all 3 hours. 3 hours, a clean 3. I had to make sure I gave y'all around a clean 3 so that I can add value and help y'all to remember exactly why we do what we do. All right. Shout out to my girl, sister. What's up, sister? Yeah, sister. Keep y'all kids at home, man. Chris Cunningham says, you can't be fired by stealing time. That's exactly what I did. They called it time card fraud. That's what it did. AD, you didn't have FMLA? No, I didn't. I just use my regular, hey man, I want to get off of work. I ain't got no time. I want to get a doctor's note. You don't get paid for being off you know what I'm saying? You still don't get paid, but you don't get fired. You can still have your job. So we probably did have FMLA. I certainly didn't file for it. DJ Ace Production says, man, AD isn't so messed up. Man, AD isn't so messed up that they make people come to work and sit down for 8 hours for their workers' comp cases. Whoa. Well, I mean, they need to sit down. Sister, what are you doing, sister? Oh, man, I didn't know sister had sent that much money. I'm going to save you for last, sis. You cannot make this ish up, says DJ Ace Productions. Shout out to DJ Ace. Carrington Love Jr. says his highs on the Sparrow, brothers and sisters. Kevin Faulkner says in theater soon, Anton Daniels' day off. It was a crazy time. Anton Jeezy Daniels with the new job. Yeah, shout out to Rags from Texas. Sly White says, you saying God made you check in? Dean Murray says, story time with time needs to be a segment at least. Oh, I got some crazy stories for y'all. I could tell y'all some stuff. Me says, I swear you've been here before, a wise young man. I had to see some stuff though. Okay to profile. Is it okay to profile and say the majority of them was? I think it's always okay to profile, says Wyatt. Sister, I'm coming back to you. Sid Owsley says, it's better to be rich and have issues than to be broke and have issues. Facts. Drake Leo says, most in debt and most unpaid student loans. They'll tell you they're the most enrolled, though. David Simpson Jr. says, Howard Yu enters the group chat. We need our money. Oh, and get out that basket weaving degree. De Negro says, even though I wish I could have gone to Clark Atlanta instead of Albany State, I still don't regret going to an HBCU. That's dope. I think that y'all should love the places that y'all went. Chris Cunningham says Laura Spelman Rockefeller. They don't know nothing about that. Gurr says they seen all them videos of people saying they weren't going to pay their student loans back and they still enrolled too. Kevin Samuels, winter is coming, ladies. Well, here's the thing about that, Drake. As long as we see women continuing to make the worst decisions for themselves, you'll always know that they'll always need men. Because as long as we just sit here and review these videos and see them going down the wrong path, we know that they're going to be doing what? Busting it down for a real one all day long. Shout out to Drake Leo. David Simpson Jr. says, Howard said they a bag chaser. Playing with the money is like playing with my emotions, Smokey. 392Q says, Dr. Umar's school going to cost $100,000 a year just to say peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism. 50% Simp says, what up, though? I appreciate you, 50%. Drake Leo says, peace and panhandleism. Peace and panhandleism. Peace and panhandleism. Venonymous says, 27 recently moved back in. Should I roommate? Recently moved back in what? With your parents? Listen, go with the cheapest option. The cheapest option. If they requiring you to pay rent, but just go with the cheapest option. You got the rest of your life. Sister! Shout out to Sister, says, I appreciate you, Mr. AD. Thank you. I found my tribe. Hey, do y'all know who Sister is? Sister is my girl. We've been rocking with Sis for a long time. I remember when Sister first sent me $500. I was like, sis, what is going on? I almost crashed out because I was like, you can't be doing this. You can't do this to me, sis. You can't do this to me, sis. But I've learned the chat has conditioned me to be appreciative and to be thankful for everything that people do. And so, sis, I'm just thankful that you find value and being a part of what it is that we put together, and also being a chaser and winning in life. And so I appreciate you. I thank you. I cannot say it enough. You are absolutely, positively appreciated in this space with what it is that we do. Thank you, sister. So what? So what, Connie? All right, I did crash out. That's not the point. The point is that I'm very thankful of people like you and sister and everybody else that contributes into the platform. You guys are awesome. I do not take you for granted. Thank you, sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Carrington Love Jr. says, please, bro, hit that fraternity pledge one step, one more before you end the live. Nope. I did it in spirit of moment. I don't know what I was doing. I was just doing stuff. Anonymous says, I hate it. So what? We all hate stuff that we don't want to do. Some people hate going to work every single day. I hate a lot of stuff that I got to do that I don't want to do. The true measure of a man is doing what you don't want to do when you don't want to do it. So what? So what? Learn to love it. Learn to love it. Learn to love the fact that you are saving money. Learn to love the fact that you are now humbling yourself. Do it now or suffer later. You can pay to not hate it, only to hate it later, or you can suffer through it in order to be more successful. And you better have a goddamn good attitude as a result of it too. Get y'all attitude together. I hate it. So what? I hate it. Get out your feelings and get out your emotions. Man, the fuck up. You got a house over your head. You got a roof over your head. You sitting there whining because they asking you to vacuum the floor and make sure that you don't have holes in there all times of the night. Grow the fuck up, bro. Whining. No more excuses. No complaining. No whining. Do what you got to do. Trust me, it's harder on that other side when you got to pay for it and you still getting your butt kicked. And have a good attitude when you're there too. Stop making everybody uncomfortable knowing that you don't like being there. Start showing some appreciation and they'll treat you better. Because they can tell that you hate it when you don't want to be there. But they doing you a favor, so now they look at you as ungrateful. And you see how it starts to change into something? Now y'all clashing. I wish somebody would come live with me and say I hate it. Well, then nigga, get the fuck out then. Who you talking to? I wish somebody would come and stay with me in my house and tell me how much they hate it. I could fix that for you. I could fix that for you. Don't ever go into something that you getting a leg up on talking about you hate it. You show the utmost appreciation and you be grateful. You show appreciation and gratefulness. That's how you do extras too. That's how you handle that. Shout out to you. And I'm not saying it because I'm being hard on you. I'm saying it because it's necessary and I need y'all to catch the lessons. All right? And once you start treating them better, they'll start treating you better. And that's the beauty in life. Carrington Love Jr. says, I went to Fayetteville State University. It's an UNC school, a UNC school, one of the cheapest universities in the country. Frat boys are funny as hell. My older brother is an alpha. Shout out to all of the sororities and the fraternities. Shout out to the AKAs and the deltas and the alphas and the Qs and all of y'all. And AKAs, I'm going to need y'all to start doing better, though, because y'all used to have, like, this reputation where y'all was, like, the cream of the crop pretty girls and stuff. I'm starting to see a lot of elephants walking around in pearls and pink and green. It's a lot of big backs. Y'all just accepting anything. I seen a stud. I seen an AKA stud the other day. I said, what is going on over here? What's happening? What you doing? You were AKA? Yeah, I'm a nigga. I said, okay, so they just gonna start letting anybody in now, huh? Y'all gonna have to start putting it together because it's a lot of chicks that's big back. I know y'all collecting a lot of dudes. Y'all letting these chicks pay all these dues and y'all keep on showing up at the conferences and all of this stuff. Come on, man. Come on. Pick it up. Pick it up. If y'all gonna steal Greek universities, if y'all gonna keep on stealing other people's ideas, y'all want to be Greek too. Y'all want to be a part of an organization. You want to pay your dues. You're going to have to start. Y'all gonna have to start having some standards. Y'all gonna have to start excluding some people. Elimination. Y'all just take anybody nowadays. Oh, you paying dues? You paying dues? You could be an AKA too. Ski. Put on your pearls. I ain't lying. I seen a chick that was an AKA stud. Yeah, nigga. I said, all right. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna do things differently. Yeah, man. Fun show. I'm enjoying kicking it with y'all. We at the 3-hour mark though. Officially at the 3-hour mark. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the greatest audience on earth. The greatest audience on earth. All right. Dang, we ain't got no live stream tonight. All right, we back at it in the morning. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.